And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 146. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week coming up as well. We are officially into February of 2025. I have a lot of things that I am currently talking about with people behind the scenes. So you guys are going to be getting some amazing content coming up very, very soon. I'm going to be really, really busy, but that's okay. I kind of miss, being as busy with content like I used to be back in the day when we used to do all those like movie series projects. And oh my goodness, those were hell and back. The last one we did before I lost my main YouTube channel, I had watched and reviewed every single Halloween movie. Some of them I think most of them I did legitimately by myself. All of them I did. So essentially, before I would watch even the sequels, I would just review the first movies. Oh my God, it was absolute hell. But yes, I do want to apologize for, last Friday. We actually had a really, really great show. We actually had a great conversation initially up front, but my computer decided to need an update randomly. And there was like, you know what? You're not allowed to have the show. So inevitably, we did lose the show, but we do have one. We have actually two topics today. We'll be talking about the Fantastic Four First Step teaser trailer. I haven't seen it yet because I woke up earlier and I had to get so much stuff done that I hadn't had time to sit down and actually, do my, trailer reaction. So I'll watch it live with you guys and we'll have a conversation about it. And then we'll have the Marvel Comics reboot topic come up later. But Laps also just got off work. He's in his man cave right now. Are you playing with those dolls, sir?
I secretly do every day in my Heidi time.
Alone, away from your wife.
Yes.
Good Lord, man. Good Lord. Holy crap, dude. So how was work? Tiring?
I'm transferring over to this company that bought us out. So it's like, it's just a mess right now. But yeah. Starting this Thursday, I will be on vacation for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's great. You got any plans to go anywhere? Or you guys just staying in town?
I'm not going anywhere.
Your wife was like, I need a vacation. You're like, well, no, okay.
So she usually goes to Vegas every year with her girlfriends. So I usually, this is how it goes. I go, here's money. Bye. Me and the kids are going to play video games and they're not going to school. So,
wow.
Have fun.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Because I usually go visit my buddy down in Miami for like 2 or 3 days. We just go fishing and stupid stuff.
Fishing? Oh my God, that's an old dude's hobby. Fishing? Oh my.
Well, goodness. I mean, it's not necessarily an old dude's hobby. Like if you live like literally in southern Florida, you'd be surprised. It's like everybody. If you have a boat, they're out there. So like I've only done it with him a few times. Like so. I like it. It's fun. It's not bad.
Gosh. You know what's crazy, man? It's like there's going to be so much stuff coming out later on this year. As you guys know, we're going to have another trailer drop tomorrow, which is going to be the Jurassic World trailer. Now, have you ever had this in your life, dude? There's like always these one franchises where you've seen every movie and then the newest one comes out. You're like, you know what? I'm not really, the movie's quality is really, really falling off, but I'll watch it. That's me in Jurassic World. Like I've seen everything from Jurassic Park to the Jurassic World movies, and we are finally getting a new the official teaser trailer for the new Jurassic World Rebirth movie. I love how it's going with the Rebirth title, like DC Rebirth. It's like rebirth from what? You have nothing. The last two movies were so unbelievably bad. I contemplated, you know what? There's incoming traffic. I could jump in front of a truck. Or I could go hang myself on a bridge. So the two options I had. No, guys, I'm not shitting you. The last two movies, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, are some of the worst legacy movie like fucking sequels ever.
It just seems like it's such an easy concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It would just like real dinosaurs in today's age. What would that look like?
Yeah.
You don't really need like this contained area of specificity. You know what I mean? Because like imagine me, like just pretend I'm a famous guy, right? MSK, I have an idea for you. Would you like to come to my amusement park? It has dinosaurs.
Oh, damn.
You're going to be like, fuck no. Not
On the
going there.
casting. I thought you were gonna give me the casting couch. God dang. God
Well,
dang it.
that comes later if you like
Mm.
the park a lot.
You know what's crazy? I miss that the original guy who said "Welcome to Jurassic Park." I always forget his name. I can't believe, like, it sucks that he's not alive anymore. I wanted
Oh,
him to
yeah, yeah,
say,
yeah. Mhm.
I wanted him to say when Jurassic World came out, or when I did when you watch it, I wanted him to say "Welcome to Jurassic World." That would have been that would have been actually a great cinematic thing to
Jurassic
have.
World.
But they had a stupid kid run up and open the curtains. It's like, no, you should. That was like his. I think the second best movie is that one, Jurassic World, the 2015 one. I actually didn't hate it. I thought it was fine, but
Mhm.
there's so many things that they could have did with the movie to make it even more like better. I feel like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
oh, sorry about that, guys. My mic fell down and it turned off.
No,
Random.
you're good. I know what you mean though. I know what you mean. Like
It's like
there's
not a bad sequel. It's just more like you could have did stuff with it more to make it feel a lot more immersive with the first one. Like what they could have did instead of doing it as open world as they did, you have it open world, and then you kind of have the new family of kids go through the same things that the kids went through in the first one. That would be kind of like a nice little throwback there. But it turned
Yep.
into like geographical disaster film. But and it's like, guys, let's be honest here. If a giant dinosaur like that Nagosaurus Rex, whatever the fuck it was called in the Jurassic World movie, guys, the army would have been sent in to take care of that thing. They would have just shot it to death. You know,
was that the one in the water, or was that the other big
the
one
one
that
that
killed the Rex,
Claire,
the T-Rex
the
thing?
one that Claire was manufacturing.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember what that was called, but that was it was like ridiculous. Like there's
yeah,
no way that even the suspend your disbelief that we're having a dinosaur park, you
mhm,
know, not this literal like killing machine of a giant
yeah,
dinosaur being allowed to interact with it. It's always, and you always have that though, like because they missed like the Samuel L. Jackson character, you know, the guy that's in this.
mhm,
I loved in the first one with the security systems where they had to do this,
yeah,
they had to go here. There was a suspense point at like every single time that the dinosaurs were involved. You know, like whenever it started with the T-Rex in the truck ride or the Jeep ride, and then the kids falling off into the tree, and then, you know, like all that stuff in the first one. It just seems like they lost that,
mhm.
I don't know, that adventure.
Yeah. It's that sense of wonder and adventure that's
There
lost
you go. That's what I mean. Yeah. Yeah.
on the later movies. Like the first one has all of that. I think the first one was utterly fantastic. People kind of rag on the fact that it's the kids that bog the movie down. I don't think the kids bog in the movie at all. The kids are an integral part of what that other character goes through in the movie. It also shows
Right.
what kids would look at the dinosaurs in a world that they were actually real. I think people need to understand kids can be an integral part of a movie. It really just depends on how well you utilize them. I think that movie
Mhm.
utilizes the child actors great, but it comes to like the second one where they're trying to. I forgot what they were doing, and then it ended up like all the cast was really bad, super forgettable, and then like the T-Rex ended up being in like California. That was like kind of cool, but after that you had the third one where they went to this like island to get this family's son back, and then the CGI was yikes. They had a talking dinosaur in one of his dreams. Like I was like, okay, this is just not good. We're
That,
going off the rails here.
yeah, I think I've only seen the first of the new ones. I think I've only seen the first one
Yeah.
because I know my son and my wife like them, but I just, I don't know what it is. At that point in time when those movies were coming out, I was like very not seeing a lot of movies because it was just like, it seemed to me like everything was a remake or a reboot or a, like, we have this franchise and we're going to expound upon it. Because there was that significant point in time where everybody in Hollywood or the movies was just like, we're out of ideas.
Mhm.
And now we're just, oh, this franchise? Okay, we're going to make this, but call it this. We just have that name in it. So I was like, I saw the first one, which I didn't think was that bad. I honestly didn't. I was entertained. I didn't go into it like we had talked before. I didn't go into that movie going, this movie is going to change the way that I think about other dinosaur movies. Like it wasn't, it's supposed to be fun, you know, like just go and turn your brain off, have fun watching dinosaurs. So, but
Yeah.
I'll have to check out the other ones.
It's also crazy because every single movie in that Jurassic World trilogy made $1 billion plus. They were extremely profitable for the studio.
I know they were super popular.
So I like I tell people, the only reason why you're getting more Jurassic World movies is because all those 3 movies made $1 billion. Every single one of them had $1 billion attached to it, and not just $1 billion plus. Like we're talking like an extra 200 million on top of that $1 billion. So it's extremely profitable for Universal to do it. Like I told people, if you're a franchise like that, they're never going to give that up. Also, dinosaurs are something that you can get the kids interested into. What?
For some reason, all boys, I don't know what it is.
They love dinosaurs.
They love dinosaurs, and it's just ingrained in them. I don't know. Yeah. Like when my son was like 2 and 3, it was all dinosaurs. I was like, how did you, like this? My nephew just had a kid a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And when I said, hey, what does he want for Christmas? They're like, oh, dinosaurs. And I'm like, what is it with that? So you're right. Like, it's just something that the kids can be into. And it's just, something that's ingrained in us somehow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the other thing, which I hope the new movie does, they actually make it similar to like a horror movie. Not like full-blown horror, because you can't really show that much body horror.
There has to be suspense.
Yeah, there has to be a sense of fear that these things are around. That's what makes the later movies not feel as good as the first 3. Come on, I think the only good movie they ever made in these movies is the very first one with Steven Spielberg. I like the Jurassic World one we're talking about right now. That one I like. But even in that one, you need like a sense of fear. These things are around. Like too many times in Jurassic World 2, 3, Jurassic World 6 and 5 and 6. You just kind of feel like, oh, they're just a part of the plot, and we kind of are scared of them if we have to kind of like stick a needle in them and we kind of have to get something out of them. It's like, no, guys, if dinosaurs actually existed, that would not be what those movies showed. The world be in chaos right now. Like,
oh, for sure.
100%. I'm not making this political, but all those illegals right now that are protesting on the highway, if a Tyrannosaurus Rex was there, they would be all dead because he would stomp them. He would actually straight up run down and kill them all.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If Tyrannosauruses were running rampant in the streets, nobody would be illegal anymore. We would just be fending for ourselves.
Yeah. Keep in mind, if Velociraptors really existed,
because that's the only way that you're going to unite people as a whole is an outside threat that is not people.
Yeah.
Because then we're going to all go together. People are the best. That's why I said, when everybody makes like these weird claims, like, and I me, I don't talk political nearly as much as other people, but whenever I see these ridiculous arguments, and I always go, you know what? That's why I hope aliens are real. I hope they are, because when they're skull fucking you, they're not going to care whether you're white, black, Democrat, or Republican. They're just going to skull fuck the shit out of you, and you're going to feel really stupid. So learn.
Yeah, that's another problem. Is like, if you have velociraptors in real life, guys, a velociraptor is not a dog. If you went outside to pick up like a package from like Amazon where they dropped you off, that would kill you.
Oh, for sure.
Sorry, there's a fire truck going down the freaking road. Black people doing crime again.
Oh, doing fires now? What's wrong with you?
Don't tempt them with a good time.
How dare they?
Yeah, like that's the reason why, man, the dinosaurs finally got out after, if you watch Fallen Kingdom, they finally roamed the world, and the sense of them being as dangerous as they are just wasn't there. There was only one scene where that could have been applied, but that scene was cut out. They originally dropped a scene where a Tyrannosaurus Rex kind of invade people watching a movie at like a drive-in theater, not even in the movie. They decided to cut it out for time.
That's perfect. That would have been perfect.
That'd been the only good scene in the movie, actually.
Yeah, just
fucking hell.
Them just tearing people apart. They can't get out of there because they're all crammed in their cars. Like, that'd be fantastic.
So here are some of the new details on Jurassic World Rebirth. It adapts the lagoon raft chase scene from the OG book. Tyrannosaurus Rex, multiple Spinosauruses, and Mosasauruses will all appear. Okay, that's good. Everyone loves a big old Mosasaurus. I think it's beautiful. There will be a lot of deaths. Thank you. There's no draft of the film where everyone survives. Well, thanks for the spoilers. But no. I like that. I want people to have a sense of, I'm going to get killed by these things. They're dinosaurs, people. A lot of them weren't nice animals. Let's just put it out that way. They were like, think of like an apex predator with like a Super Saiyan form. That's what a dinosaur is.
I mean, I think like, and I'm reading our chat here. I think Michael's trying to make a point that velociraptors were smaller. Yes, they were, but they still had that bird DNA. That's the problem. Like a freaking bald eagle can take down, a fox. Like the amount of cold-bloodedness in reptiles is not to be taken lightly. I don't know because I just, I didn't live during the time of dinosaurs. I mean, I'm old, but not that old. My Wi-Fi wasn't working there. So, I can't say. I just know this, man. Dinosaurs were dinosaurs.
Yeah, we didn't live in the fucking whatever that time period's called, the dinosaur time, where we were just like, observing what they were doing and doing like research on them to come back and do our podcast 20,000 years later, 2,000 years later to talk about them. You weren't around for the dinosaurs. Crazy.
We weren't, but we have found out a lot more about them because I know they thought that they looked this way, but now it's like they think they look more aligned with birds and stuff like that. There's just so much more stuff we're learning. So who knows? By the end of it, dude, they might just be couches.
Are we not even forgetting what pterodactyls? Guys, pterodactyls are essentially birds if they were Super Saiyan 3. Not good. That would be That would be scary for people.
That'd be terrifying.
Oh, Lord,
terrifying.
Kill everyone. Yeah. I want to see some gruesome death. Make it rated R. Let's make $1 billion anyway. Make it rated R.
Dude, could you imagine like a really like
rated R Jurassic World?
Yes.
Now, talk about making $1 billion. You're getting even more on top of that. Like a cure for heart disease has been found in dinosaur DNA. Movie leans into causing fear in the audience. Yeah, this is the thing that all the movies have been lacking. A lot of them just lack this. They're more like fun adventure movies and actually like thrillers, which I think they need to go back to what the original had, being a thriller adventure movie, and that's how you'll make your fucking movie work.
The cure for heart disease is definitely something to write fear into the audience, though. God forbid we cure that, which would be awesome.
Each film in this franchise looks the same. We're still gonna watch them.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Everybody has like one of those movies that you see like back in the cable days where you flip channels. Like if you saw it was on, you would watch it. It didn't matter. Like I still do that. If I see Forrest Gump and it's on, I turn it on. That movie makes me laugh uncontrollably. It's like the most unintentionally hilarious movie. Mm-hmm. There's just so many scenes in that movie where I'm it's supposed to be like sad, but I'm just dying. And I don't know. I think it might be a bad person for that.
Oh my goodness. How dare you? How dare you like Forrest Gump?
Hey,
let's see.
Slow-witted man.
Good Lord. All right, guys. We're going to do our Fantastic Four teaser trailer reaction in just a moment here. I'm going to bring it up right now. The first steps. Oh, Marvel, quit making these freaking names. The first steps to getting back to to the top. Really? So many jokes I can make with this. First step to what?
I think first steps is in like them being the first steps for the Fantastic Four, but also Franklin Richards. I'm assuming he's going to be in this. If Galactus is in this, he has to be in this.
Man, that's what's going to suck is knowing Vanessa Kirby was getting piped down by Pedro Pascal. No, I don't want to live in that world, man.
I don't know. I hope Pedro Pascal is awesome. I hope he is. But I don't know. When I see him, it doesn't scream Reed Richards to me.
Yeah, or it's not even like just velociraptors. There's all different types of dinosaur species.
Oh, I know what you're saying, Michael.
Like imagine this. Imagine a Triceratops just walking down the street. You'd be like, "Hey, yo, what's up, buddy?" Yeah, a Triceratops probably wouldn't bother you. We know that their nature really wasn't super aggressive. Like what's the one with the long necks? The ones that are like giraffes. The Bronchiosauruses or whatever.
Yeah, Brachiosaurus. Brontosauruses.
Like, those aren't going to be. We know those wouldn't be like aggressive. But be honest here, if there's, I don't know how many dinosaur species there actually was. I'll just throw a number out there, like 150 out of like the whole 150.
Thousands.
Yeah. Out of like thousands of them, like how many weren't really super aggressive? Like 10?
I don't know, but the problem is
you don't know, Michael. Come on, man, stop it.
I personally don't know, just because I don't. They were predators looking for prey. When you put humans into anything like that, since we can communicate like and talk and make fun of things and piss things off to no extent, and we build over things, and that's just our nature. I just don't think that cohabitation is possible. It's just not. So
Like when people say, why can't the megalodon exist anymore? Guys, please use your brains. That thing can't exist because there's not enough food it could eat to sustain itself. Okay,
dude, I don't know, man. We don't even know. Like, think of this, dude. This is a crazy thing, all right? So the Congo is the largest expanse in the globe. We have documented maybe 1.3% of it. We don't even know. Every time they go in there, they find like a bunch more species of different animals, insects, everything, fauna, flora. The ocean is even less explored. We don't know what the hell's in there. Like that's like super deep parts of the ocean. I don't know. I'm not saying they do exist. I'm saying I'm not smart enough to know whether they do or not. I haven't done the research. I haven't been down there.
Good Lord, man. Because I remember, if you're talking about just the ocean, wasn't there this like, there was these people that went on this like ocean exhibition like thing like a year or two ago, and then they all died within like a day or two.
Yeah, wasn't you talking about the submarine that got like
that one?
They had like a PlayStation controller or some shit that was controlling it.
That's not.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I remember that. And then they all like died within like potentially like a day, but the media tried spinning it as if it was like they have like there's a 48-hour like countdown. It's like, okay, guys, if they were literally that trapped, they said apparently they were like 600 feet below the surface. Guys, there's no way you could save them. And the reason why you couldn't is because it would take you just days in advance to get prepared to even make that dive. You just don't make that dive. You can't. Not even with equipment we have now. Like 600 feet in the ocean or maybe more. Your whole like no, you have to prep your body for all that shit. Oh no, yeah, you're screwed. You're fucking done.
Yeah, Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Michael brings up a good point. They didn't catch a giant squid until 2006.
That's true.
So
yeah,
like there are things, you know, like you ever seen those freaking like I can't remember what they're called. They were like called like ghost fish or something, and like goblin sharks. If you look at them, they look like freaking aliens. There's this one fish. It's huge, right? It's got these weird lips, but it has this like weird thing that comes, and it has a light at the end of it. It's like there's so many things down there that just blow my mind. I'm like, you want to tell me there's a 1,000,000-foot freaking alligator or shark that okay?
Or hey, speaking of the one thing we'll say about sharks before we head on to the trailer, if you guys remember the story, I'm pretty sure everyone does. It was really, really huge back in 2013, 2012. Remember there was this white girl who was surfing. She was pretty sure they call it paddle surfing before you stand on the actual like board. She was paddle surfing, and a tiger shark leaped out of the water and bit her arm almost completely off. It was a movie called Soul Surfer. It's actually based on the true story. That's what happened. She was paddling in the water with friends around, and a tiger shark leaped out of the water, took nearly almost her whole arm off. You know, and the fishermen, they're like, how are you guys going to find that thing and kill it? Apparently that shark had been very aggressive anyway. And that tiger shark ended up getting killed by local fishermen. And they actually took the arm out of its mouth because tiger sharks are known to do that. Tiger sharks actually have license plates in their stomachs. They'll just actually eat anything. Literally, if you put a hat in front of them, you told them to eat it, they'd eat it. They probably didn't really freaking die.
I'm sure that put a real big damper into her masturbation schedule.
Wow.
That's me.
Wow. God. But yeah, it's keep in mind, guys, we don't even know like most attributes about the animals we have now. You know, people say certain animals won't do these things. Certain animals will do these things. Like the common misconception is like, well, rhinoceroses are dangerous, but hippos are nice. It's not even true at all. That's just a myth that everyone created. That's just not true.
Hippos are like, they kill more things in Africa than any other.
Yeah. Good Lord, man.
They are not cool.
Just imagine a world where a shark just takes out your arm in one shot. That's crazy. Nope. And these people tell you that tiger sharks, you know, they're sensitive animals. If you just do these certain things, they want to attack you. All people don't understand the reason why a lot of that is disingenuous when you see that stuff in videos is because a shark, as we know, they are apex predators like the tiger, the bull, the great white. The reason why they don't attack those divers in front of them is because that's not their nature. Their nature is to stalk prey and kill it. So if they know you're there, we know this is true. They're not going to attack you. They do it based off stealth and being an actual predator. They don't like being noticed when they kill something. They want to kill something by just doing what we said with that girl, coming in, taking something out, and leaving. That's how they attack. So if
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's I hate people sometimes. But time to start talking about fantastic dirty whores. Wait a minute.
I mean, there's that.
I've had women that have been fantastic whores for me, usually on Tuesdays. But just what it is.
I've ridden a fantastic horse. Once.
Crazy. How dare you?
It was great.
Oh Lord. All right. So I'm gonna give you guys my unfiltered thoughts and opinions about masturbating to porn. I don't even have a porn addiction anymore. I'm cured. I'm going to church now. I am completely reformed, and he believes me.
I do. I believe him that he likes porn.
I have sex with a lot of women. So
I have not.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not a her kink is she likes two dudes getting it on. I'm like, gamer chick, stop doing crack. You're doing crack, okay? I don't have sex with men. That's really gay. I have sex with women, and a lot of women actually. My dick actually almost fell off when having sex with one of them.
I don't think that's how it works, though.
Huh? You're right.
It's a muscle. Shouldn't it just get stronger?
I thought you.
Maybe you were having sex with someone who had leprosy.
Okay, and now I'm gonna die. Thank you for that. I'm gonna fucking die after that shit. Okay, let's have some fun. We have 2 topics today. Let's get into it because we only have like roughly an hour and 20 minutes of time. Yep. I never lie. I never tell a single lie. I'm always factually saying the truth. All right. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed it, and comment down below in my butthole because I want to bang your wife. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm joking. We're only gonna get one of those today. I am a perfectly fine, calm, capable, professional human being.
I believe it.
Wow.
See?
This is not true. This man only knows how to lie. It's that inner black man. See, that's why I'm literally white. I'm white, and I know how to not be a person that lies. White people always tell the truth.
The more you know.
You know, we're actually called the men in white now. Okay, all right. Hey, everyone. I am MSK, and I am your daddy. Nope. He can't commit to a woman.
See? What? You said you only had one. You had one.
Third time's the charm.
And you already did it on 2.
See? I'm a black man and I lie. What? He can't commit to a woman? Oh my God. Just why can't I could commit to you? We could have hot banging sex if you want to, and then I could pull out because obviously I'm not going to leave it in you because that would be very bad. Just let me pull it out.
So where are we going with this?
Oh yeah, you're right. Quality content. Yeah, we're supposed to be having that, guys. Goodness gracious. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Max. Yeah, woo, that was not a transition. God. She can't roast. Okay. She's not good at sex. Have you seen her? That lady is not good at sex. I could tell. I have this like sex detector on people. I can tell if you're good at it. I can tell if your strokes are good, and I can tell if you're actually well managed to take dick.
Well,
where did that come from? Do I look like someone who would watch a girl bang another dude?
Wow.
So
the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
They had a trailer today.
Not yesterday. Today.
Yeah.
Good Lord, man. No, stop it. God, man. Just send me a picture of your fucking boobs or something. Oh my God.
I'll definitely open my shirt for you.
Yeah, I good Lord. But I would definitely love to feel them and exercise my hands on them. I'm just kidding, guys. These are all jokes. It's all part of entertaining the audience. Is what we have to do generally. Gert. I don't know if I've ever seen you here, but
hey man,
thank you for being here for the first time. Yeah. If you didn't notice this, dude, this lady was sexually harassing me, asking me for dick pics and pictures of me to spread my ass in front of her.
I mean, those are very normal requests, though.
Yeah. All right. Time to.
I mean, nobody asks me that. I don't give off that vibe.
You don't give,
even
you
if
give
I
off,
wasn't.
You give off hot straight guy vibes. I give off hot, rich, good-looking guy who owns a Lamborghini vibes.
Right.
I hate you. All right.
Right.
I'm new, scrolling and dropped in. Now I'm subbed. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's get down to business. Every day.
The business.
Oh my God. This is why you must befriend black people, because they'll know song lyrics. Kurt being heard for many L's. What are you talking about? Kurt, I'm saying is right now, she is trying to put her fingers inside of me and the Diddy style, and I ain't into that. You know, just ladies been asking me to bang her for like months on end. You know, it's okay, gamer chick. I can you know, fulfill your fantasies later on. I have 9 inches actually, and I last 5 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe an hour. You never know. All right. So speaking of quality content, hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing our Fantastic Four, the first steps teaser trailer reaction. So for those of you guys who know, I am black and I really, really hate white people. You know what? I'm actually going to just have sex with a girl right after the show.
How can you make money with such a stupid idea?
I agree with Mr. Krabs.
W. Hey, yeah, I'm always a W. Okay. No more. We really got to go. We don't have that much time today. All right, let's make it a banger. You ready?
I've been ready.
You've been ready to bang my wife?
No.
She doesn't exist because I was lying.
The imaginary one that you have would probably not be up to my standards.
I can get one. I can get an imaginary wife that'll be up to your standards.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
All right.
Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing the Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer reaction. So this teaser trailer actually dropped very early on this morning, literally right as I woke up. And I was initially just gonna, boot up everything and do a trailer reaction to it. But then I realized something to myself. I'll just kind of do it, on the MSK show with Labs Comic Fan, because we do a show together on Tuesdays and Fridays. And, it's one of these things where the Fantastic Four, as you guys know, I love comic books, as you guys can see from our background. And also you like comic books as well. I've never really been that much into the Fantastic Four. Not because I don't like them. It's because I've never actually legitimately read any comic book surrounding their characters at all. I know like a little bit about them. Like the most common normie thing about the Fantastic Four is that Reed and Sue have a son named Franklin, who's one of the most powerful mutants in Marvel comic books. Like, I'm like a normie, pretty much a casual when it comes to Fantastic Four. So, like, the way I talk about most casuals is that is me when it comes to the Fantastic Four. So, for the Fantastic Four movies, we had the Fox movies, the 2005 movie, the 2007 one, I think, right? I'll be honest here, I don't like either of them. I think they were just campy. Like, the cast was the best thing about those movies. But the second one, The Rise of Silver Surfer, Cloud, Galactus. And to be fair, yes, he can be a cloud, essentially, because the way, that machine form he has, for those of you who don't know, Galactus, that form he has, is what we think he looks like. He actually doesn't really have a form for the most part. No. That's just what he thinks he looked like. So,
well, he looks like, he looks like different things to different races. Just, it's a perception thing.
People forget the reason why they should probably build up to that character is because he is truly one of the most powerful villains, not just all of comics. He's a very, very, very powerful character. So I don't know how they're going to end up beating this guy in the movie because this character is strong as hell.
Well, it's more, you don't really, the thing is you don't really beat yes, there are characters that beat Galactus, right? More, it's like he comes to eat your planet and you get him to not do it. But he's more like a catalyst to set up bigger things in the Marvel universe. Like if there's something with like the Celestials or Galactus, it's usually something that's big, that's going to change the direction of a set group of comics or like whatever comic that he's in, whether it be Fantastic Four, Eternals, or something with Thanos, those type of things. That's kind of like the big thing. He's a big MacGuffin almost.
Yeah. And you also have 3 MCU movies dropping this year in 2025. Captain America 4, which we know is going to pretty much fail at the box office. We also have
we don't know that, but we're pretty strong that it's not going to do well.
We have Thunderbolts, and then we have this one. So I don't know which one I'm looking forward to most. I mean, the one that I thought from the trailers looked actually pretty good was Thunderbolts. I thought that looked fine, honestly. I'm okay.
I'm definitely looking forward to Fantastic Four. The main reason is this: if they make it right, okay, they're Marvel's first family. They're literally like the family that started everything for Marvel. So they have to take proper care for this. And I think that if you do that, right? If you do that, that can expound upon so many other things. That can bring mutants, that can bring everything. Everything from the Marvel universe is centralized, well, it used to be, around the Fantastic Four. So there's so many stories that they can bring together just by getting this right.
Oh, sorry about that. Holy crap.
No, good.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's short. Let's watch it.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. I just want to point this one thing out before we do it. A lot of people have been asking, where's Silver Surfer? We'll talk about that later. There's a reason why it's not here. It's not the reason why you guys think they're working on the CGI. It was such an accidental abrupt. I didn't even hit play, and when I shared the stream, when I shared the video on StreamYard, it just started playing. Holy crap. Oh my God. But that's what you get when you watch some of these videos just live on the MSK show, which you guys should be watching whenever the episodes drop. Literally a shameless plug all the time.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip. Okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Okay, so before we talk about the trailer in depth, Marvel, could you please start doing this? And this is coming from a comic fan point of view. Put comic book recommendations on these trailers like DC did back in 2023, because you could kind of give people starting book recommendations for where to start reading about the characters. Please start doing that, okay? But other than that, we'll go over just the 2 main things a lot of people are talking about. So,
well, I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on this.
Go ahead.
I'll say this: I thought the Thing looked fantastic. That special, the CGI on was phenomenal, but he kind of sounded like Garfield to me. I don't know why. It's just like I heard it and I'm thinking this dude wants some lasagna or something. Sounded like Garfield, but I thought overall, it just from that, it looks better than all the other ones that they made.
Won't be a freaking high bar to set. The other ones are so unbelievably bad.
I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
I think the CGI looks fine. Like that's a big deal because a lot of people left and do not want to go back and work for Disney. There's a lot of companies that don't want to work for Disney. So it's hard to get really good, CGI for them, as you could tell from some of their last movies that just didn't look great. So I think they gotta, this movie is like for the Superman movie. I think this movie has to be very, very good. It has to be. If it's not, if you get another failed Fantastic Four movie, one, it's going to screw up the rest of your multiverse saga, because it's obviously going into Secret Wars at some point, or Doom, whatever they call it, and it has to. So I think there's a lot hinging on this movie, and I think it was smart of them to not place it in the 616. That's very smart, because you can get away with a lot of things, like
female Silver Surfer.
Where were they the whole time?
Yeah, definitely that,
like that. And I would very much like to see the stuff that Reed was writing on that large chalkboard. I would like to see that. Not that I would understand it. I don't, trust me.
I'm a scientist and a genius. I would get it.
A lot of that, but I
literally have a 200 IQ, man. I could understand anything these characters write. My brain is expanded well beyond past normal human minds could ever comprehend.
Well, I haven't. I'm just a regular man, and I would definitely need some context. But overall, I thought it did what it needed to do. It got me interested in seeing it, at least. I didn't just go, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this movie.
Anything else that you saw that you liked, or things that you didn't see that they didn't show?
Didn't see. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of the big movies like this, like where Captain America, Brave New World, I'll look up a ton of stuff about it because I don't really care. But Fantastic Four is something that I'm into. I have a lot of it, back here and upstairs. I have a ton of it. So I am very much looking forward to this. So I haven't looked up much of anything except like the cast. And I knew that they were putting in Silver Surfer. So I knew they were doing that.
It'll never not be funny. Silver Surfer. Holy fucking shit.
But here's the thing. That doesn't, just because that they have the woman Silver Surfer in there doesn't mean that they're not going to get to Norrin Rad. That doesn't mean that because Norrin Rad could be the Silver Surfer in the 616. Whoever this is, Shia LaBeouf or whoever it is, could be
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf could be the Silver Surfer from this universe. And they could somehow they're going to have to get from their universe to the 616. I'm assuming Battle World, but maybe it's before that. I don't know. But I'm very much looking forward to it. So I mean, like I'm not turned off by it. Put it that way. Yeah, which I was happy about.
I had, guys, I'll be honest here, even more so than Thunderbolts and Captain America 4. The reason why I was super skeptical about a Fantastic Four movie is because, well, to be fair, as we know, most of them before are not good. I'll be honest here, I didn't bother watching the Four Stick one where they casted Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch because I'm not even kidding, guys. I saw that get announced and I was like, yep, nope, not watching that trash. And then turns out it was apparently considered one of the worst super movies ever made. So
which one?
There, the 2011
the Fan Four Stick one.
I remember I saw the other two they made, but I was like, they've never even made a good one. It's the same thing with a lot of movies too. I think Fantastic Four and Superman are in the same boat. The movies that are coming out now that are new for them, they need to be good. I mean, Fantastic Four, like what people say for Pedro Pascal, he isn't even really. Do you feel Reed Richards from him? I mean, we just read Ultimate Invasion. We know what Reed Richards is. He done really well.
Here's the thing, though. I can't. I learned my lesson by judging books by the cover, which I don't do anymore. I'm just saying I was one of those people that, like, Heath Ledger, I didn't know any of his stuff. I knew A Knight's Tale. So I was like, who's this teen throb going to play the Joker, right? So when I went and saw The Batman with Robert Pattinson, I had seen a movie with him. It was an independent movie. And I thought he was excellent in it. And I said, well, this could work. And I thought he did a good job. I like that movie. So I will hold my thoughts on Reed Richards until then, but looking at it, no, it does not look like Reed Richards or scream Reed Richards to me. But that doesn't mean from a minute and 27 seconds from which he was on the screen for 15 seconds that I'm going to say he sucks. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because one of the biggest parts about the Fantastic Four that I do know, even though I have somewhat little knowledge of them, Reed and Sue are supposed to be good as a married couple. It's supposed to be, they both have good chemistry. Did you feel that from Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal? It felt like it was there from the little bit that we got. I mean, Vanessa Kirby is so beautiful, man. Oh my God. Literally, I need that kind of white girl in my life. If she wants BBC ever, Vanessa Kirby, hit me up. I'll be more than happy and willing to give you some. Oh my God, she's so hot. Holy crap.
Well, I think good Lord. I think, like I said, it's not enough for me to make that assumption, but from what they showed on there, they hit on the points that I thought needed to be hit on. They definitely did. They showed each of them doing something, right? Except for Reed stretching, but they showed each of them doing what they do. He was doing all the stuff on the board. Ben Grimm, was cracking some jokes, but being serious at the same time, looking in the mirror, as he said, the best looking astronaut, but then seeing himself, that's something that he massively deals with, to the point where Reed has been trying for years to get it to fix him in the comics. And he came up with this serum that allows him like 1 week out of a year to be himself. So like it hit on the things that I thought it needed to hit on. We know that feeling of the Fantastic Four is there. That is 100% there. I've read a ton of it. If anybody says it's not, they're lying.
They're the normies at that point.
Because I've honestly read so much of it that I thought it hit on the things it needed to hit on.
It didn't feel like a bad trailer. Like no, after I finished watching it,
I love the aesthetic of it too. The way that it looked in the 60s. I love that aesthetic, because it's cool to see something from what they think like a long time ago, what the future would look like. I always like that type of scenario. Like it's
Let me show you guys this. So a lot of people said they didn't see Galactus during the trailer. He's right here. This is a part of the trailer. He's right there. That looks great. Oh, yeah. It looks great.
And I mean, awesome. Galactus can shrink and
he can shape
microscopic. He can change to be huge. He's probably just coming down to show them that, hey.
Oh, dude,
I'm here.
The trailer? In the trailer, she was like, "We're gonna have dinner at 7 p.m. Galacticus." Okay, cool.
Well, I think the only thing that threw me off with Reed when he said, we have dinner once a week, no matter what, at 7 o'clock. That is something Reed would say, but that is not something Reed would commit to, because he's always in his lab and he's always missing stuff. He's always missing. The big thing with Reed is he, at the beginning, had such a good relationship with his wife. But when he started making the breakthroughs in a lot of the science stuff and the bridge and all that stuff, his work would get to him, to the point where his daughter is, I think, more interesting than Franklin, because she's just as smart as Reed, if not smarter.
Yep.
And she does a lot of the cool stuff with her dad. And if you read the Hickman Fantastic Four, which I recommend to everybody, it's fantastic.
Shameless Jonathan Hickman plug in a video. I like it.
It's fantastic, in my opinion.
Did you read Mark Waid's Fantastic Four?
Yes, I have it.
Which one did you like more?
Oh, Hickman, for sure. Because then it goes right from that into his run on Avengers, and it all ties together.
Okay.
It's just, Waid's run is very good. It's very good, right? It's actually really, really good. But Hickman's, you could see like stuff he set up literally at like the beginning to middle of Fantastic Four was paid off in the Avengers like 7-10 years down the line. So like it's like he knew what he was doing the whole time.
Yeah.
But
I just want to point out one thing. There's a few things that we didn't see in the trailer. Obviously, Silver Surfer. We didn't see a full version of Galactus right now.
I don't think we needed to.
We also didn't see Reed actually utilizing his stretchy powers. The powers he has. We didn't see him do that. Other than that, the trailer was fine. All the trailer really needed to do was give you confidence that this wasn't going to be an absolute piece of shit like the stuff you've seen before. That's all I really needed to do. Because keep in mind, the anticipation for this was probably about as low as when I about to have sex with my wife. Like, she knows it's only going to last like a few seconds, and you just got to get over with it, you know?
Well, I mean, your pitiful sex life aside, I think you just said it. You just said it.
Even though I never lie, I'm always telling the truth. Wait a minute.
I mean, that's one of your monikers. you could take the Ripaverse hat off and you could just truth all day.
Man. For the video, if everyone sees this, I just wear the MAGA hat. I tell you, get everyone mad in the comment section. They start foaming at the mouth. But no, overall, I thought the trailer was fine. It just needed to do exactly what it needed to do. I didn't feel like it was a bait and switch, like some people said. Thought it was fine overall. Yeah. Keep in mind, they're playing this movie really close to the chest because keep in mind, this movie, from what we talked about earlier with Reed Richards writing on that chalkboard, what he was doing, this movie's not set in the 616 continuity of the MCU.
No.
So he must be writing something about basically like multiversal travel or something like that. It has to be because
I mean, I don't know.
They're going to be
writing, but
they're going to be in Avengers Doomsday. For what I know, they'll be there. So remember, this is before. Yeah, this is the last MCU movie coming out during the year, right? This one comes out in July. This is the last one. So they would have to have the post-credit scene leading into Avengers Doomsday. We might see Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom in a post-credit scene. You might actually do that. They might actually do that. Maybe, potentially.
I mean, in my opinion, they would. I hope they do. I mean, that you'd have to set up because if they're doing another one of these movies, or if Doom is going to be the next big bad, which it makes sense that he is, but I just don't like the Robert Downey cast. I just don't like it. It bothers me. I'm not saying he's going to be bad in any way. It just, when you get into multiverses and variants that they have literally done and like shown already, how many people are going to see him and just want Iron Man? Or is this a version of Iron Man that went bad and is now Doctor Doom? Like, there's just too much left open for pissing the bed. And I hope that it's great because I want all of these to be fantastic. And I think
no pun intended. Oh my God. He's doing it. He's doing
I tried for a pun, but it was intended.
Oh my God.
I'm old, okay?
Look at one of the comments here. The comments under these trailers become more Morbius-like with every single release. There's a comment here where it said, "What are we? Some kind of four Fantastics taking our first steps?" Say that again. What?
I mean,
what in the world?
I mean, the jaded. You gotta
take the good with
you gotta take the good with the bad, though. You're gonna have to, because they've built up a lot of things where people haven't liked what they've put out, but other people have. So you're gonna get the good and the bad. I always judge things for whenever I see them. I like to hear other people's thoughts after I've seen a movie, but leading up to it, it's very hard because the YouTube world, you can look at someone's video and you already know what they're going to say. You know what they're going to say before they even say it. So it's like, kind of like, all right, thanks for telling me what I knew you were going to say, not giving me any real introspection at all. So I'm going to go see this, just like I'm going to go see Captain America, Brave New World. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to watch it, and I'll give my honest thought on it. And if I don't like it, then I don't like it. But I'm honestly just glad that I'm getting decent quality movies of these characters. Because when I was a kid, we got, go watch the 90s Captain America. My God, that was awful. Or that Fantastic Four movie that they made with, Stretch Armstrong as a stand-in for Reed Richards. So, they were not good. So at least
I think they leaned into the campy route, which is what I liked about the trailer. It leaned into how campy the team can actually be. Because, in some of these movies, they would be, let's make them all dark and depressing. It's like, how about we not do that with every character? And we just only do that with Batman, actually, So not a trend I liked having in all the movies. The other last thing I'll say, as far as people who, might go off about the trailer later on, oh my God, out of 1 minute and 37 seconds, we're going to have people doing Easter egg breakdown videos. Here's all the 100 Easter eggs you did not notice fucking from the Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer. It's like, no, how do you get all those Easter eggs and how do you get all those theories from a minute teaser? How in the world? What is wrong with you?
A lot of those people are like, you know, probably insiders that have some sort of contact with other people that work in movies. I mean, a lot of people don't want to believe that, but like people in Hollywood have to have friends that are normal people too. Like, you know, like it's not like this collective group of secret, you know, anything. I mean, like they have to have like friends. There's news has to get out somehow. That's so true. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people that do that. Me, I just watch them and then I talk about them.
Really? How dare you?
I know, I'm a jerk.
Yeah. You are definitely white.
Dude, I'm basically college ruled paper.
Me too. God, I love being a white guy. I get all my privilege. Definitely better than being black. Well, so yeah, that is pretty much gonna wrap it up here for us talking about the Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer. I thought it was fine overall. It kind of felt.
I thought it was good.
It had a nice comic book feel around it. I'm not too keen on some of the performances yet, but then again, I have to see a full length trailer to be more convincing of that. And we will eventually be watching this movie later on in the year. So yeah, hopefully the MCU cannot put out 3 absolute bombs this year. I think this is the only one people have any level of hope for it not being that way. But I think it'll be mostly just Fantastic Four. Captain America 4. That might be the only bad one they put out this year. Hopefully Thunderbolts is good. Hopefully, you know, right? You can't screw up that, can you? Or you could.
I mean, they can screw up anything. I mean,
yeah, to be fair, they've kind of already been doing
done
that.
It. You know, they've done
lot.
it.
Yeah, the last 4 years. They've kind of been always doing it. Yeah.
It hasn't been, in my opinion, that great. But you know,
what they put out, like what? Few decent movies since Far From Home, which ended phase 3. Like what?
I liked Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Yeah. I didn't care about the High Evolutionaries portrayal, but I thought the movie was fun.
Yeah, for me, they put out like what? Deadpool, Wolverine, and Spider-Man No Way Home. I haven't seen Guardians 3 yet, so but people have said that it's one of the more better ones they put out in phase 4.
It seems like your chat thinks this will be whack.
Well, they're a bunch of crazy, older, depressed adults, so that's kind of what happens. So
look, it's their opinion, man. They have every right to have their opinion.
If you guys are watching this as a clipped video, Gamer Chick's in the chat, and she will always take massive L's because she's a woman, and that's just what you guys do typically, you know. And she always messages me, you know, to hit me up for a lot of hot, kinky stuff. So I'm always pretty much into that. But nevertheless, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. I'm not showing your fucking boobs on a video. That's how you get taken down. That's how you like literally get no more channel posted for nudity. It's like, no, I'm not.
Well,
I'm not crazy.
Unless it's decent exposure.
Oh my goodness. That would only benefit her, not me.
I mean, well, you know how you get caught for indecent exposure. Just tell them it was decent.
Got me, man.
It was all right.
Yeah. We're gonna get the next topic here in just a moment.
It's all right. I'll talk to the chat. What's up, chat? How you guys doing?
Talking to them? Don't talk to these white people.
I like talking to the chat. I like hearing.
You like talking to Michael? Oh my!
Why not?
Michael.
I like his opinions.
Wow.
What? Just because they're different than mine doesn't mean I'm not going to be like, hey, that's cool, man. I like difference of opinion. Like, you know, that's it drives conversation better than if we just all agree on everything, you know.
I tried.
Don't take those tone of arms with me.
God, just do the whole Fresh with the Bel Air thing. You throw out jazz. Yeah, that shit was never not funny. Oh God. Well,
like that's it. It's one of the reasons why whenever I watch certain YouTubers and I'll check them out, and I'm just like, why did I watch this? I already know what they were gonna say. Like, and some of them, a lot of time I agree with a lot of it, right? A lot of the time I do. But there are some times that I'm like, did you read actually any of these comics? Because this is pretty much what it is. Maybe you just don't like that team or that character because
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Let's be most average people though. Most average people, what they will see from a movie is all they're gonna see of that team. Comic books are like, as you know, most people
Yes, it's very
haven't
niche.
read anything regarding a character. All they've known of those characters is the movies, which is kind of sad because there's so many great stories surrounding these characters. It's just sad that most people are never going to be willing to even try to, read them, even though they're so accessible. You guys don't have to buy the books to read the stories anymore. You can be on the internet and read them now.
There's things though there's a negative and a positive though. The positive is that it makes the excess money that, those characters that we love are actually still relevant, whether it's movies or comic books. They're still relevant in society, which it should be the overall ending of it. It should be, because it's like if we didn't get, say, like an X-Men TV show, the cartoon, a lot of people wouldn't know about them. And then when they did the movies, a lot of people wouldn't know. Like they'd be like, "What the hell is this?" But that was a lot of people's childhood and growing up. They might not know comics, or might not have any interest in reading them, but they still like those characters. So this is the medium that they get to judge it upon. And that's perfectly fine.
Woof. All right. We'll go on to the next topic here in about 5 minutes. Have the last banger. But yeah, I mean, I understand why people are skeptical about the MCU right now. As you said,
100%. I totally understand.
Too many L's stacked up. It's not just movies. Perfect Rin. After Endgame, they've had TV shows too. Those TV shows, God damn,
I don't even know if I personally liked any of them. I can't remember. I think I liked the first couple episodes of WandaVision because it was so different. But then when it got to the actual story,
cool.
I was like, oh, okay.
After episode 5,
they just
drops off.
It's different when you sympathize with someone who's doing something wrong, but when you don't sympathize with them and you're just like, oh, you just held this town hostage. Oh, okay. It kind of was like it lost me a little bit. But the setup I thought was neat. I thought that was neat.
Like, if you're getting to the point where you can't do TV and movies, I think the TV shows, being as bad as they were for a lot of people, really soured people on the MCU. Because not only were you getting more MCU content, you were getting a lot of bad MCU content as well. And then it was stretched out for weeks on end, episode after episode of just nothing happening. Just basically movies chopped up to be TV shows with a bunch of filler in them,
Yeah. And I think when you do stuff like something as big as like Secret Invasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you turn it into, we're trying to make something edgy and today, and you use real life allegories to it, you kind of lose people because you're putting real life politics into something where someone stands on this side of the fence and someone stands on that side of the fence. So you're alienating one whole group as opposed to the make believe of it and bringing those groups together because, oh, I like this story, not, oh, I feel this way about like immigration, or I feel this way about this. Like that to me is, you start losing people. And what happens whenever you have done that for so long and then you put out something that is actually good and no one gives a shit because you've lost them? That could be a massive problem.
I think that's the problem too, is a lot of people just never got that idea in their head. There's a point where people just didn't like superhero movies as much as they did before. Keep in mind and there's a lot of nuance to that too. It could be the fact that I was watching a podcast just randomly. I like to watch like maybe smaller channels and stuff to see like, what is like the smaller people talking about. There was one this guy had with his girlfriend and another friend there, and she said the reason why she hadn't really been that into them, and keep in mind, ultra normie chick. You tell she read a comic in her life. You can tell she barely knew what a superhero was. The reason why she said she stopped liking them or stopped going to theaters to watch them like day one is because she just got older and just wasn't as interested. Put back in. Maybe the MCU's not the new hot girl in school anymore. MCU was like a girl that you meet in school. That's the new girl. She's really hot. Everyone's trying to bang her, and you get to a point where, you know, she's just kind of like every other girl because you kind of figure out her personality. Personality is probably pretty bad or good, depending on the day of it. And you get used to her, you know? That's what happens with superhero movies now. They're not,
or they
not
could
the
just be
newest hot
putting
thing.
out shitty movies.
It's a combination of all of it. I think it's not the newest thing anymore. So people just don't have that same level of affinity for it, that love for it like they used to. And then when you get bad superhero movies on top of that, your love for it goes down even dramatically more. So now, not only is it oversaturated, because the superhero was always oversaturated, but it became oversaturated to the point where you're getting just bad quality stuff repeatedly. It's like, okay, now I'm for real out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that does happen.
What? I don't watch porn. I'm literally going to church now. I'm a reformed man, and you guys believe me.
And I just look at it as, but if you put quality things into stuff, that people will watch. Like it's I think that has a lot to, in my opinion, has a lot to do with it. Because it's like I use the sports analogy, right? Because people will say TV ratings are different because people digest TV differently with DVRs and stuff like that. But if you have something that people want to watch, they will go out of their way to watch it. Mm-hmm. So instead of putting out 3 movies and 2 shows, why not put out 2 movies maybe at the beginning of the year and the middle, or the, you know, wherever, and 1 show, or just not any shows. Or if you do any of this stuff, make it quality, make it to the point where people are talking about it, not in a way that they're saying, I don't want to see this, as opposed to, wow, that looks pretty cool, I will give this another try. Because once you lose the audience, that's very, very hard to get them back. It is
Gamer
super
chick,
hard.
Food to movies, it wouldn't really work as a logic, because it's way easier to consume food than it is to watch a movie. There's 2 levels of investment in there. Plus, keep in mind,
I don't know. I agree with her.
God, oh my God, you guys are all simping for her.
Dude, no, because look, if you grew up in the 80s and you ate cereal back then, it does not taste the same anymore. I don't care what anybody says. They did something to cereal. They did something. No, it does not taste the same. No, it does not.
Your taste buds change over time.
No,
I hate you. I hate you guys.
No. Something happened.
Something happened.
There is a cereal. There's something going on. There's a conspiracy against cereal.
Oh, God. I'm saying women like yourself with big tits that I've never seen, because you're disgusting looking. Women are always wrong. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You know, I'm kidding. No, okay. All jokes aside, I can understand where that line of logic is. But to be fair, the regular Oreos people eat, like the black one, the black normal ones that a lot of people like, those taste fine. But people don't typically eat the special kind of Oreos because they only like that said Oreo. But with superhero movies, it's really hard if it works the same way. I think Oreos is the wrong one to use. It would be like,
see, you're trying to get out of it.
I am.
You found the one food, and you're like, nope. We're gonna go to sandwiches now.
That's the thing,
you
though.
Put lettuce on a sandwich.
People
and then
literally only
eat peanut butter and jelly.
People only eat the regular Oreos or the double stuffed ones. We know Gamer Chick likes getting double stuffed by 2 black guys, but that's just different for another day. Only you eat those. Those taste like shit. Only you eat those, you weirdo. Oh my God. Those taste terrible. Those mint Oreo cookies. Those taste like butthole. Why would you ever eat those? It tastes like dirt.
I haven't had a lot of experience eating the butthole, so I don't have a basis of comparison of the Oreo to an anus.
Gosh.
But if you tell me, I believe you. I believe you.
It's like if you experience different kinds of, I would say soda, because a lot of us don't drink soda anymore, really, that much. Or let's just say when you did drink soda, there's always going to be one soda you drank more than another one until you eventually got tired of it. You just tried something else out, you know? I think people at this point now are even more or less so willingly than before trying out different movies. Because you'll have people that'll be like, well, I don't care about super movies anymore. I just only want like sci-fi and this. It's like, but you could always watch sci-fi movies with the MCU existing. Like, the world has turned into a place where people became so unbelievably retarded, they think that the MCU existing means that you can't go and experience other movies, when in reality, they didn't go watch other movies. They were watching the MCU movies like everyone else was. They're like, man, why don't we get something different? Go watch something different. No one's stopping you. Literally, no one is stopping you. You're just a weirdo.
Well, I mean,
nope, lies.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say. Oh, you're talking about the.
No, it's her.
Fine. Fine. I thought you don't engage with the audience.
I don't engage with women. Women are inferior.
She is a woman.
Allegedly.
I don't know, man. She seems cool to me. I don't.
Yeah. Good Lord.
What do I know, though?
What do I know? Yep. You know, I've only been married. Never. I've only had a few girlfriends in my life that tried to bang me. Wait, all the way around, actually. I
mean, I've only had one girlfriend, so.
Damn, you're missing out, man. You gotta just try out more omnibuses. Those are my girlfriends.
I'm married, bro. I love it.
Omnibuses are the best, man. Omnibus, there's bigger ones, smaller ones. You know, Batman's are usually bigger. MSK is just an L. These are just lies objectively. These are objective lies, actually. I can't stand women. There's a reason why you guys have restricted freedom in every other country but ours.
So on to the next topic. That was definitely your stamp.
Nice transition there. That's my stamp of approval. Mic drop. Cinnamon Toast Crunch still tastes great.
No, it doesn't.
Frosted Flakes literally taste the same. I never. Frosted Flakes, that tasted always the same.
No, dude. I'm telling you. Believe me.
Believe me.
You listen. I will go upstairs and take my camera with me, and you can you could see my pantry. There is cereal in there that I have ordered just because I wanted to taste it. I was like, okay, Boo Berry. I was like, does that taste the same? Fucking open it up. This is garbage. What is this? What have you put in this?
Good Lord. That lie in the chat never happened. Never, ever happened. That is just actually degenerate material right there that I would never partake in.
See, Michael knows because he is right. The Frosted Flakes are good, but you got to buy the Malta Meal brand. 100% correct, because I feel they haven't changed. Like when I get Fruity Pebbles, for some reason it tastes different. I buy Dino Bites because it actually tastes like the Fruity Pebbles. 100% right, Michael.
Honey Nut Cheerios still taste great. Yeah, I bet you love my nut and the way it tasted.
I have my son, my youngest son, he loves Honey Nut Cheerios. He does.
You ruined my joke. How dare you? How dare you ruin my joke? She loved tasting my honey nuts, and she came back for
honey
more.
On your nuts. Why?
Who do you think was stronger? That the honey notes, the honey notes.
I think this conversation is strongest. That's what happened. Whatever we're on right now is the strongest.
Who was stronger, the bee mascot for Honey Nut Cheerios or the fucking bird from Fruit Loops?
Well, I think the bee from Honey Nut Cheerios is secretly a serial killer.
Interesting. Fruity and Cocoa Dino Bites are my go. Michael, that sounds utterly disgusting.
Dude, he's right though. He's 100% correct.
Because if you had Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa Puffs, right, you were always trying to be black because that's only black people ate Cocoa Puffs. Just pointing it out there.
What? I'm throwing a flag. That's 10-yard penalty.
Oh God, fake news. So you don't want me to explain that you asked me to shit in a condom and free? Just okay. You need to do less meth. Not mixed. MSK separate. Cocoa Puffs for the shit. You were trying to be a black girl. That's the reason why. Oh my God, man. Oh God, dude. It's a crazy life we live.
It's definitely something.
A new clip from Captain America 4. How about we not ever engage with that? Black people engaging.
Well, I'm definitely gonna go see it.
Yeah, I will. Come on, guys. Any of these movies we're gonna see them. It's just, people get so weirded out by conversation when it comes to this stuff now. People are like, I can't believe people are talking this much. This has always existed. People just weren't exposed to it because, you know, the way the life was before, you know?
Well, I can say as it pertains to the comic book characters, 100%. This has always been like this. It's maybe not as much because the internet, you know, the social media, things like that, but like talking in comic book shops or places where they sold comics, especially like if you were, you know, picking something out. Like I remember when I was younger, like I would go and pick something out and I would have the guy be like, you're reading that, like, you know, and then it would start a conversation. That has happened. Debates have happened for forever. Like I've said many times, I used to argue about who drew Batman's cape the best, what it looked the best, like stuff like that has always been that way. I think where the divide is, people try to make it into something that it's not. But there are those people that do have those horrible type feelings towards anything that is different. So, you know, you weeding out those people. My dad gave me a great piece of advice before he died. This is what he told me. He said, Stephen, why do you care what idiots say? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, if you think someone is an idiot, why do you care what they say? Even if they say something against you or something that you like, why do you care? He goes, they're idiots. So nothing they say matters to you, should matter to you.
So you're telling me I'm a genius by that logic?
I mean, if you no, what?
I mean, essentially essentially in my life, by what you just told me, everyone's an idiot, and I've been the genius the whole time. They've been gaslighting me.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. That just because I think someone's an idiot doesn't inherently make me a genius. Because someone could think I'm the idiot. You see what I'm saying? So what the point is don't give credence to the shit that you don't want to hear. The more you turn that off, the better your life gets. It does. It does.
So I'm not a genius.
I mean,
dude,
there's tests for that.
Oh, God,
so
I'll be taking a genius test very soon. Then I should take an IQ test live on stream and just have to roast me. Ugh,
please let me be there for this.
I'm gonna diagnose the Pythagorean theorem. That's what I'll be doing.
Right. I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Well, it's a good thing you did that.
Good gosh. All right. I will definitely be a black guy tonight, guys. I will be the hardest chocolate inside of you've ever had. Hey, come on. I always speak facts here. I'm a genius. My mind has expanded well beyond past you guys' feeble human minds could ever possibly achieve.
That's a good way to keep bringing them back, you know, to watch. That's...
Women love getting disrespected. That's why they always come back, you know? Women love being talk shit to.
I don't know if that's true.
Maybe we're talking to a bunch of whores. Maybe.
But I mean, I've been married for it'll be 25 years now.
Same here. Yeah.
I mean, I try not to show her that type of disrespect because I love her.
Yeah, put her in her place. Be like, yeah, woman, go make me some money. It's like, it's got I think it's you make all the money because, as people know, we're men and we make the money. Girls be like, I want to make money. Cool, I'm making all the money for us. That's how it should be. Men do men work now. Solely in life, you do all the work. You know.
Well,
but
I mean,
let's get to it. Let's have some fun with this last one.
All right, let's talk about this.
I'm gonna build up my Super Saiyan powers and explode in a girl's face. Wait a minute, that was all kinds of gay. So, hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about, does Marvel Comics need a reboot? So Marvel Comics has actually never had a reboot, but they did end up having an Ultimate Universe that started with Brian Michael Bendis' run on Ultimate Spider-Man, and the Ultimate Universe ran for a long time. They eventually canceled it and had the universe essentially killed off, only to then bring it back in 2023 with Ultimate Invasion. Now you have a new Ultimate Universe currently out now that is actually doing very, very well in terms of sales for Marvel Comics. So Marvel Comics, I will always give a level of credence to as far as like praise, because they have probably seen DC Comics go through their fair share of reboots, and they were like, you know what, we're never going to do that. So I think there's two ways to look at it. Marvel does this thing even when they have their movies, or like the MCU or any of the other previous Marvel movies before the MCU ever existed. They will always consistently go through something, even if it's shit, and then eventually course correct. Whereas DC, they'll simply just do something, and if it's not going very well, they'll just completely overhaul the whole thing, actually. I mean, if you look from DC, you had obviously Crisis on Infinite Earths, which led into a reboot. Then you also had New 52. Then you also had Rebirth. Then you also had oh my God, Dawn of DC, which came out after that. And now we're in All In. Then you also had all the other attempts they've tried to make an Ultimate Universe, like Future State and all the Earth 1 books and everything. So the problem with Marvel tends to be, if you have a writer, let's just say, let's use Zeb Wells as an example, right? So I heard a lot of bad things about Zeb Wells' Spider-Man run on the Amazing Spider-Man series from Marvel Comics, right? And I read volume 1 of it. So I only read the first 5 issues. So it was okay. Wasn't that bad to me. I know there were some issues there, but keep in mind, if a run like that is that bad, and these kind of runs, these kind of creators and writers and artists span like years, you're sitting there buying these issues that are crap for this character months on end, not weeks, months on end, because these books come out essentially, once a month, actually, they're monthly titles. So when you get to a point where certain characters' runs are that bad, maybe you kind of want to reboot, because Marvel Comics does technically reboot when you go back to a number 1 issue, but that's not really a reboot. That's more like just a renumbering than anything. They're just trying to do that for a bump in sale numbers, actually, Right. Well, I'll ask you, man, do you think Marvel Comics would ever reboot, or do you think they need a reboot, actually?
I do not think they need a reboot, personally, because I believe the thing with Marvel Comics that's really good is that their lineage and it's all there. The whole thing is there, and it's been there since the beginning. The thing that I think that they would benefit from is an event that transpires through all of the comics. It has to deal with everything. Kind of, I made the analogy last time of No Man's Land for Batman. So like when No Man's Land came out, it was a year initiative where every single Bat book, Shadow of the Bat, Batman, Detective Comics, I can't remember, The Dark Knight, some of the other stuff, it all took place in this No Man's Land, right? There was nothing else. It was all that. So if they did that with Marvel, where even some of the lesser books got to take place in this event and make an impact, and then they all meet up and go against whatever the enemy is or whatever the situation is, and then from there branch off and start new storylines and say, hey, this is where you can get in on the new books because we're starting something new. Most people have a base knowledge of these characters from movies. A lot of people do. And even if you don't have that, a lot of number 1s usually kind of explain like, hey, I'm Peter Parker, I'm Spider-Man, I got bit by Radiohead, blah, 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 blah. Those things. So that would be easy to pick up on. Plus, it also gives the people that have been reading that continuity for a long time a massive event that makes you want to get all the books so you can read everything and follow it. I think that is something that Marvel could do, because DC won't do it, because that's kind of what
that's
they
kind of
do.
like their thing.
Right. They'll
but even
reboot.
they learned recently with after Dawn of DC, one of All In's biggest selling points and what the fans kept asking for was, hey, don't reboot. Because the thing is, DC need to eventually learn this. When you keep rebooting, the money and the time and the investment that fans put into buying the single issue floppies to eventually get to the trades, to get to the omnibuses and all those collected editions that you guys know and love, they feel like all their time was wasted because it all doesn't matter. You essentially just invested a whole bunch of money into a character's run, or in reality, it still exists, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things when you're going to a whole different, continuity.
Right. Right.
That's
And that's why I
yeah.
think the massive event would work, because it
Yeah.
still gives,
Whereas
and
with Marvel, it's a different thing where you have to kind of sit there and go through a bad character's run. And it could be, guys, it's not just one time it could happen. It could be many times. They could have a shitty writer on a run and you're just sitting there going through like, man, I could hang myself or I could jump into an oncoming truck in traffic. Yes. Could be one of those two things. What Marvel also needs to do is utilize their Marvel-verse book. So a Marvel-verse book is a little small size, pocket-sized book like this. It's a little bit smaller than a compact comic where it's centered on one character. They need to utilize the Marvel-verse format for like the way DC compact comics are. That way they can kind of get people into certain characters or stories at a starting point and go from there. Treat it like how DC does their finest line right now. You're just getting in on a jumping in point where it's just good for you to be at that point when it's kind of a good place to start with the character. They need to start innovating on certain ways to get inside, because Marvel's a little bit different with DC as far as like runs, because Marvel has so many renumberings more consistently than DC. You're like, where's the starting point with this guy's run, with this guy's run? Just
X-Men is just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That right there, there's volume 1 through 375, volume 2 1 through whatever, but that's still legacy number 376 through blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, and I found that out by having to get those books from Chris Claremont that I wanted, and then getting up to his run with Jim Lee where it started again.
Epic collections have been good for Marvel, because a lot of people go, well, see, for me, I think back issues are a little bit of an overrated thing. I would prefer them to be just in a collected edition format, which Marvel does. I will give them credit for that. They have Epic collections. So Epic collections are basically starting points for legacy characters to kind of read their stories in order as they put the volumes out. Now, the key with that is that with a character like Iron Man, they haven't actually did every single one of his volumes in order, but the other characters they have. So if you wanted to start reading Spider-Man, you could literally buy the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 Epic Collection. Start there, and they still release them. You can buy them all in order as they come out. That's a great way of not only getting back issues, but you are, getting all the characters' stories in order. Because I know a lot of people want to get stuff in order. That's another great way. You can get omnibuses as well, because a lot of people just don't know where to start. It's not that hard to get into comics. You just have to know where to begin. And to be fair, everyone needs to understand this. When you're new to something, you'll always be kind of like overwhelmed. You're always going to never know the best places to start,
Yes.
But I wouldn't just not get into comics because you feel like it's too big. That's stupid. That's literally ridiculous. You're always going to be at a starting point somewhere. Now, there's good places to start, and there's places where you're going to get very, very confused. If there's since we have the internet now, and I mentioned this last time when we talked on the Deja Vu episode, the Lost episode, just joking. The internet exists now. Utilize the internet to your extent. You need to type in, okay, let's do Spider-Man, for example. Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man reading order. You will get reading orders out there. People literally put out reading orders for these characters now. There's no excuse unless you literally just don't want to do it. That's the only thing at that point. Or money. If you don't have a lot of money, that's why I always say Epic collections. They don't cost that much money. $40. You see if you like that character. You got a whole big book, meaty books, tons of issues. You see if you want to invest in that character again. Don't put in too much money up front, but you can see where a character begins, and you can get there if you really want to. There's no excuse. The internet is infinite with possibilities on how to show you where you can get to comic books. But yeah, what do you want to say, man?
There's definitely ways to get into it. It is going to be overwhelming at first because you're dealing with two companies that have such a rich history and such a very long line of books. So it can be overwhelming. Plus, like with reading orders, it's kind of hard because usually how someone might now get into a character is by seeing them on the big screen. And if you go and you go, say you saw Batman, The Dark Knight, and you wanted to read stuff that was like that. And if you did look up the reading order and you go read Batman, Detective Comics number 27 from 1939, you are going to be sadly upset. You're going to be like, what the hell is this? So there are things and websites to use that you can ask and look, say, what is Batman's best run? Or you can get the encyclopedias or like something like Batman's 100 greatest moments, which is
Encyclopedias are great too. Yeah.
yes, which is
Ultimate guide
fantastic.
for characters where you can just look through a lot of the characters' history, entire history from like it could be 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s to see like where do you want to start? Because a lot of people, maybe they don't want to begin at the very beginning, like people like me and you would like to. Maybe you want to begin in the dark age, as the DC, as the Batman Encyclopedia called it. Actually, you can start in the dark age, but where do you want to start? This thing is. But you're gonna always initially start at somewhere. A lot of people go, I don't want to do it because I'm gonna be like new to it and there's too much. It's all you yourself will overwhelm yourself with how much you want to do that for. If you overwhelm yourself with too much, that's your fault. That's not a comic issue. That's just you're stupid.
Well, I'm not gonna call him stupid. Like,
but I can. I have that liberty.
You can call him stupid, but I'm just gonna say that you just hey. Oh, their mom or my mom?
Oh, well, my mom's dead, so not getting that one.
So, good Lord.
Good. Dark humor at its best.
So, I mean, yeah, there's just things like that you can use the internet and just ask very specific questions, like what comic book run is closest to the X-Men movies?
You can literally do
what is
top
the top
5 X-Men runs.
You can look up those individual runs, and usually like the online encyclopedia has like a quick synopsis of what it's about, the characters that are in it, who's the villain, those type of things. I'll give you guys a tip.
LeagueofComicsGeeks.com on the website, just making an account is insanely free. You can even see what new comic book books are coming out. When you click on a character's comic book, they can even take you from when that specific series started for comic books as well. And if you don't want to do like the whole single issue thing, on the website, you can find reading orders for nearly every single character. Like if you wanted a reading order for like Iron Man Epic Collections or Doctor Strange Epic Collections or anything like that, it's out there. You guys just have to utilize the internet. Don't be looking at porn. That's gay. So Marvel Comics,
well, unless you're not watching gay porn, then it's completely straight. And there is straight porn out there.
And I watch stepsister porn, actually. It's the best category. I'm joking, guys. Jokes make your life happy. Marvel Comics has had great success in the superhero landscape over the decades, from Spider-Man to the Fantastic Four to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel is home to an endless supply of exciting heroes and their stories. The only problem with the comics giant and its gigantic catalog of series and stories is that it is nearly impenetrable for new readers curious about the characters and stories. With so many new fans flocking to comic book shelves because of the success of the live-action film and television series of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it is vitally important that Marvel's comic book branch is ready and waiting to meet the demand of this large group of eager new readers. So there's several things there that are problems there. First of all, a ton of people are not flocking to comic book shops. I wish that was a thing, because the industry, the numbers wouldn't be so bad. Keep in mind, guys, they don't show you the numbers about how many books actually they sell. We have to find that out through like ICV2, usually every single month. They don't publish the numbers. Second of all, the other thing here is what they need to do is stop pandering to random new people. Okay, new people, you can literally make stuff like I said earlier, the Marvelverse books. Okay, you can literally make collected editions to get people in. What they need to do is stop trying to find this magical well of new people that just want to get invested in the comic books. Try to keep the people you already have. There's ways of getting new people, but I feel like every single time companies try this, or we have to get new people in, then you kind of lose the people you have there initially up front. That's what happened when they did all new, all different Marvel. Is that not what happened? They had to switch everything back. Okay. What is this idea of like, we have to get new people, so we must literally cater everything to them? It's like, how about we don't do that? How about we not do that at all? And how many people really, after seeing an MCU movie, go to comic book shops and go, you know what? I want to start reading Thor. How often is that really?
I'm sure there's some. I'm sure there is. But not to the point where it makes a huge difference in the numbers. Plus, it's very hard with the way that comic books are, counted, because you're just counting what the provider is selling to the distributor. And it's not this guy bought this many, this person, we're just going off of comic book store buying numbers. So it's hard. I wish there was a way to count them proficiently and actually have a real number, because that would help. And it just the I think also too, like back in the day, like Wizard magazine used to be something that was like, I used to love looking forward to getting Wizard magazine, because I would go through that and see what was new, what was, what character was going to be doing what this upcoming month, all these interviews with creators and stuff like that. And it just doesn't feel like it's the same time. The media is definitely consumed differently. I'd say that more than anything has been hit by the internet. People talk about TV and all that stuff, but books and comic books especially have taken a massive hit comparatively to other things.
Yeah, I agree. Though the Marvel Comics universe is absolutely beloved by fans, new and old, well, old fans have disdain and apathy for the brand at this point, there is no denying that it has its issues. Unless readers started out in the early 60s alongside the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man, chances are that most fans jumped onto the Marvel train decades into its history. What used to be somewhat easily accessible and understandable universe has now become so bogged down in its own lore and canon that new stories often feel like they're simply rehashing or reiterating aspects from a story written 3 decades ago. It's hard to develop new and exciting character arcs for heroes who have been battling ups and downs for the better part of 50 years. Okay, so I agree with some of this and I disagree with some of this. First of all, the reason why you've not seen new story arcs or a lot of stuff is because they literally hire trash fucking people. That has nothing to do with the character. They're just hiring bad people.
You also have to think, like, a lot of people are afraid, especially the people that are running the show, are afraid to go out on a limb and create a new villain or create something that's new, because that book has to sell or it could go, that book will never be written again. Yeah. So it's like they're going to use Doc Ock or the Joker, all the time. I remember back when the Joker was not used nearly as much. He would come out like once a year, and now it's like he's got his own book. He's had his own books, multiple, and it's not nearly as special anymore because of those things. We don't have those rogues galleries that are being filled up with, new monster of the month to go through. And that's why I thought, like, go ahead.
No, sorry. Keep in mind, even outside of Epic Collections and omnibuses, guys, Marvel puts out Marvel Masterworks. Those are even cheaper Epic Collections. With all the older stories, they actually do this from the very beginning. So if you want to get X-Men comics, you can literally buy X-Men Marvel Masterworks. It'll get you the very first X-Men stuff from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I just don't know what they mean there, where it's like, well, unless you were there from the beginning, you can't find it. It's like, that's literally not true. And you guys know I wouldn't defend Marvel if I didn't have to. That's literally not true. You just have to find where it's at,
Yeah. Yes. I think the Masterworks were nice because, like, they were recolored. They were stuff like that. And there's some people that want it the way that it looks back then, but there's also the people that want it to be updated, and relined and recolored and stuff like that, which is perfectly fine. You can still read it. But getting back to the no new characters things, it's hard when you have legacy-based characters that only interact with those legacy-based characters, because what you really need is, say, these weaker villains that they might do 4 out of the 5 or 6 months for the arc, and then that leads up to maybe the Penguin, or that leads up to maybe the Joker. You need to have those interspersing things where you have the focus on that character while he's maybe fighting off, a B level or a C level villain that you created, to when you get to the A villain, that makes an impact. It's like, oh, okay, wow, we haven't seen him for a long time. This should be cool. But whenever you're constantly seeing them and they switch creators, and that guy, I want to tell my Joker story. Well, we literally just had one 2 months ago. Well, I want to tell my Joker story. It's the same thing. And I think without good people on good characters, there's a lot of matching up guys who shouldn't be writing for said character. That does happen quite a bit. So I mean, you got to find the right character for the right creator to write for.
Yeah, that's the thing is if they constantly rehire untalented people, which they've been doing for a very, very long time, or the talented people they once have just kind of get brought back because they have no other job, what can you really do, actually? You know? Characters who have taken on multiple identities are also often confusing for new readers. Carol Danvers was once known as Miss Marvel, then she was Warbird for a bit, then non-binary. I'm just kidding. And currently she is Captain Marvel. This level of confusion is far too much for any reader who is merely curious about the medium of comic books. Yes, that's where the internet comes in. Type in, this doesn't exist, or people are massively coping when they type this in, top 5 Captain Marvel books. There you go. Yeah, I just helped you out with that. But that's not, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have 3 there. Because who the fuck reads Captain Marvel books? If someone who loved the Captain Marvel... That's massive cope. If someone who loved the Captain Marvel movie wanted to read about Carol's adventures and accidentally picked up a book where she was under the codename of Warbird, they'd be endlessly confused. Okay, they're actually treating the average person like they're idiots. And I agree. The average person's pretty fucking stupid. But there's these things called trade paperbacks that are numbered with volume numbers. Okay. Yep. I hope someone grabs a book, turns it over, and sees where it's a starting point at. Okay. I hope someone's not that stupid. Also, let's be honest here. That's the worst movie to use as an example. The Captain Marvel movie sucked ass, and no one was being like, man, really got to go find more about this bitch. No one did that. That never happened at all. Because Marvel Comics, we know this recently, had a 10-issue series with this Asian bitch that was fucking writing her, and it got canceled in 10 issues because Captain Marvel can't make anything past 10 issues. But what do I know? I'm a genius, actually.
Well, I mean, yeah, Miss Marvel, it hasn't had a sustained run in a very, very long time. Captain Marvel, I think, worked well a while ago, but I think Captain Marvel does well in team-ups in comics. Mm-hmm. But there's only so much you can tell about that specific character when they're not, back on the Kree world and stuff like that. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, there's really, I'm Lady Superman. Okay. I'll go read Superman. But
what's different back in the day when you had creatives is that because the difference with that one, as you're bringing up compared to what they're bringing up, is holy crap. I'm here. We're good. Don't worry, guys. We're fine. I was joking. Is when you had female characters come out, they were different from the male counterparts. Like Supergirl is vastly different from Superman. They have totally different backstories, how they interact with humans, how they obviously interact with different members of Justice League and villains and all that shit. So,
She-Hulk is a very good example. She-Hulk, like the original She-Hulk run was fantastic. I loved it.
That's why John Byrne, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe not the original, but the John Byrne run specifically was awesome. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was different. She was cool. Like, she kicked ass. She was completely different than all the other girl superheroes at the time. And when you make the show, and I just, that one lost me.
Yeah, like right there. She-Hulk has a show. She-Hulk came out to the show. Who in the world went and started picking up She-Hulk trade paperbacks because of that She-Hulk shit show that they made a few years ago? No one did, because that show was absolutely terrible. The only way people go and grab material from the characters is if, like, literally, if the material is good. If the movies or the shows are good, maybe you might get someone. Yeah. Those names haven't been an aspect of her character for many years, and the fact that they remain canonical and arguably important for readers to know about this is frankly a little ridiculous. Even for longtime diehard fans of Marvel Comics, not staying caught up on every series released on a monthly basis can lead to confusion and misunderstanding of certain character relationships and dynamics. Endless crossovers and constant callbacks to a myriad of side story books make reading contemporary Marvel books difficult. Keep in mind, I don't disagree with this part, but why did people like them vilify people for pointing this out? These people, guys, would literally vilify you if you pointed these issues out. Everyone said these things. Yeah, too many crossovers. Issues that are supposed to be tie-in issues aren't labeled tie-in issues, so you wouldn't know they were a tie-in issue. Shit would happen in one book, and you get your next issue as a monthly, and shit would happen that you never even saw. Like, yeah, I agree with all that, but why did you get called a piece of shit or a bigot or a racist if you pointed this out? What the hell?
Well, I mean, okay, so I think they used a very bad example because, like, they literally said in the same sentence, like, Warbird hasn't been a part of her canon for so long, but then they said it was an integral part for people to read. Like, that's a very bad example of having to know someone's whole canonicity. That's completely ridiculous. Like, you do not have to know everything from the beginning. You don't. You do not have to. That's objectively false. Because I know enough about Captain Marvel. I didn't read anything about Warbird.
And that movie sure didn't convince you to go buy more Captain Marvel stuff.
I mean, no.
It probably did the opposite. You go like, okay, this character is probably a piece of trash. Oh, God. And that is something that shouldn't be happening. Of course, longtime fans should not be pushed aside in favor of new readers. Like, yeah, no shit. But there needs to be a better middle ground between the two groups of readers. The industry cannot thrive while one group is given everything and the other is left in the dust. Yes, I agree with all that. All that I agree with. There you go. With the mainline Marvel universe in such a state of complexity and convolution, alternate reality stories like those set in the Ultimate Universe are breaths of fresh air. The original Ultimate Universe that arrived on comic book shelves in the early 2000s reinvigorated the industry, as well as fan interest in Marvel stories as a whole. Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley's game-changing Ultimate Spider-Man was one of the most well-received and beloved series that the comics giant was releasing at the time. Despite occasional controversy, fans flocked to it because it was a fresh start, a way to get in on the ground floor of a brand new look at the iconic web-slinging hero from New York. The original Ultimate Universe lasted for many years, unlike Me and My Wife, featuring a series of ups and downs for its reimagined characters. It served as definitive proof that a reboot of the Marvel Universe could absolutely work, though something as drastic as a reboot on the level of the Ultimate Universe would perhaps be too much for the mainline Marvel comics. Yeah, that's why people treat Ultimate Universes or alternate universes differently, because they're treated like, oh, this could be like a cool little fun thing, but it's not the main continuity, so it doesn't really matter. That's why I like what DC has, or it's specifically labeled like DC Black Label, so you can get alternate stories like that. It's another good idea. But you also must keep this in mind when you get an Ultimate Universe. If you get those good stories, why can't they just do those good stories in the main universe? Because there's no real need to have an alternate universe. They could do these stories in the main universe. They just want to get a bump in sales. That's really all it boils down to. They're not doing them some big like 5-head move, like mx squared plus b equals 10. We're gonna get this board here and do this. No.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at with the studio or the production being behind it, because you don't know what rules they're being told that they have to write their stories in. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the rules of Spider-Man, and you must follow these things and can't go outside of this. That could be why with the Ultimate Universe they just don't have those same rules don't apply. So I mean, there's definite room for both, but I think it's, like I said, it's matching creators with the right character. You cannot just continuously put guys who are not experienced enough or well-versed enough in a said character and continue to write those stories, because they seem very cookie cutter and they don't grab anybody. They don't grab the audience.
That's true. Yeah. There's no denying that something similar is what was done in the 2000s would certainly shake things up in new and exciting ways. The more recent Ultimate Universe, though still quite young, has once again proven that fans are looking for something new. Books like the all-new Ultimate Spider-Man, the wonderfully exciting The Ultimates, the terrifically unique Ultimate X-Men, and the politically thrilling Ultimate Black Panther are just the tip of the iceberg of what this new Ultimate Universe could be. Only 1 year in, the Ultimate Universe is shaping up to challenge the mainline Marvel Universe as the most important story in contemporary comic book history. Fans have responded with overwhelmingly positivity toward this new universe, and that fact is evidence enough as to why the mainline universe should follow suit. Investment in characters and stories is at an all-time high with the new Ultimate Universe. If Marvel isn't careful, it could completely eclipse any interest in the bogged down mainline universe. Well, to be fair, we are reading through the Ultimate Universe right now. Tonight, well, after I get off the show, if you guys are watching this video, so you guys will see this video on my on this channel anyway, the comic book one. I'm going to review Ultimate Spider-Man, Married with Children, Volume 1 with Professor Savage Dad, and me and Last Comic Fan eventually are going to review this after our DC thing. So, and then after that, we got to review Ultimate X-Men, and then and we have the Ultimates. The Ultimates trade paperback is dropping this week along with Absolute Power. So we're going to have, hey man, we're going to get some more books, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. Right? Fist bump, bro. Fist bump, bro. Fist bump. There you go. See? Yeah. White power.
Hey, now. Hey, now.
Wait a minute. I'm kidding, guys. Don't worry. White people do it the best. It's just one of these things where I hope it doesn't turn out to be like the old Ultimate Universe where they kept releasing like, oh, it's Ultimate X-Men, Hulk, and Thor, blah, blah, blah. But people only really cared about Spider-Man. Hope that never happens again. Because then I came to a point where they just stopped the entire thing. But it looks like sales are pretty good where they're at right now. But we'll have to see if it's long lasting. And DC was like, you know what? We finally got our Ultimate Universe off the ground that we've been trying to do for 1,000+ years. Though not every comic book fan is entirely on board with full reboots and reimaginings of iconic characters, it is very difficult to argue that it wouldn't make for easier reading, something that absolutely needs to be brought into account when discussing new readers and the future of the comic book medium as a whole. A reboot of the Marvel Universe does not mean completely doing away with everything that fans have loved for ages. That's why you don't do it. That's why you simply just get new creative teams and then just make a better run for any character you're trying to do a run on. And it certainly doesn't mean ignoring key components of characters and their stories in the name of simplifying things. A reboot just means that the excess fat on the meat of the Marvel Universe could be shaved off a bit, and more people could be included in the wonderful world of reading Marvel Comics. DC Comics has had varying success with its numerous attempts at full reboots. They've certainly tried a lot of them. New 52, oh my god, man! Hope you guys weren't there. That was a crazy time.
It started out really popular, but then it went downhill real quick. I'd say Rebirth was a better example.
And then Tom King happened.
Well, that and they if Johns would have been able to get out Doomsday Clock in a timely manner, I still think it would have worked. But they were impatient, and then they said no, and then he kind of was like, fuck you, and then it kind of went to shit. So
a fact that Marvel could easily take advantage of, since there is so much documented history of the trials and tribulations associated with DC's attempts at universe reboots, Marvel should be able to navigate the tricky process with much less trouble. Though DC's New 52 was somewhat controversial amongst fans, it's hard to deny that it was home to tons of incredible stories. Yeah. Why can't you just make these incredible stories without a reboot then? Well, you could literally get these things without having to completely overhaul your brand. Why is it always one way or the other way with some people? Why can't you just get the way without having to do an overhaul? It's like if a wife was like, hey, I want you to bang my back door.
Is that the invisible wife that you got a divorce from?
Oh my God, he didn't help me with my joke. God,
I mean, you had that failed marriage with the invisible person.
Invisible woman?
Whatever her name was.
Even though it took away from some of the past DC works that fans love so much, the New 52 also provided so much new content for fans to fall in love with. A more successful DC reboot was in the wake of Crisis on Infinite Earths, where things changed more subtly, and it was more centered around streamlining stories and characters rather than trying to shift the tone and mood of a myriad of books in the name of unity. The core of a given book should absolutely remain intact, rebooted or not, and that is what Marvel could learn from the past choices of their distinguished competition. Okay, so Problem with that there. Okay, so Crisis on Infinite Earths eventually led to a thing where all the universes were like unified, right? It wasn't like the Anti-Monitor and shit, right? From what I remember.
Yes, Crisis on Infinite Earths, the multiverse became one universe.
Yes.
And then Infinite Crisis was them bringing back the multiverse, and Final Crisis was them remembering.
I still don't get why they have to do that with the reboot. You could just not do any of that reboot shit. They could do what you said earlier. Literally, big event. This is what it is going forward. You know? That's all you have to do.
I think the thing though is like when they say event, right? They don't ever bring in all of the books. They very rarely do that. Like you have Venom War or you know, King in Black had a lot of them, a lot of the popular
King
characters.
Black. Is that my dad? Crazy. You mean every black neighborhood out there?
I don't know your heritage. Are you a king?
Yes, thank you. I'm actually called the Master Swag.
All right, your
Mic
Majesty.
drop. There we go. Mic drop. He set me up for that joke, and I landed it.
There you go. You're the king of swag. So
you patronizing me?
Patronizing, tomato,
tomato. Yeah.
But I think they have to bring all of the books. You know what I mean? They have to bring all of them. That's the way that it would make it work. You know, it has to. That because if you don't, then when you reboot, does anybody care about, you know, like Booster Gold or, you know, the other characters that aren't? There you go. You know, or you know, some of the lesser Marvel characters and things like that nobody cares. You know, about like the mutant Beak. Does anybody care about Beak? No, nobody gives a shit about Beak. He's a chicken.
A universal reboot for Marvel Comics just makes sense. And it's something that fans could certainly see being on the horizon. Though Jonathan Hickman's 2015 event, Secret Wars, one of Marvel's best events in its entire history, acted as a sort of attempt at soft rebooting the universe and adjusting canon for the sake of streamlining, it wasn't quite enough. The aftermath of Secret Wars just wasn't different enough from what had come before to actually be considered a reboot. Yes, characters like Miles Morales were added to the mainline universe. Still, most continuity remained completely intact, and even Miles's new status quo relied upon the fact that he came from a previously dead universe. Good old Jonathan Hickman, always. Guys, I've literally read a lot of stuff from this guy. He is even, you know what's crazy? My friend James, he likes that guy too. It's like he's just setting stuff up for the future. It's like, James, you become one of them. Don't be one of those guys, those readers. He's setting up everything. Oh no. So much setup, and I need a big payoff.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing though. You need to read a whole run from him. You have to, because then you will know what they're talking about. I'm dead serious. Like
he's the guy where you only buy shit for omnibus. There's no way I would buy shit from his single trade.
If you read, I would suggest read his Fantastic Four run. Try it, dude, because you can get them cheap, and they're not as big as his other ones, like, you know, the Avengers, like, which are each like
House of X
big.
and all that stuff. Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's about the size of the first Fantastic Four one. Read that, dude. You'll see what people are talking about, because he does a setup, but the payoff is amazing, and the battles and the fights are epic, dude. They're huge, and he'll set up for, like, it'll seem like, oh man, there's so much setup. It'll be like 4 books, but then you'll get like 10 straight books of payoff, and all of this stuff happens. And he is one of the best at culminating a giant event into something. He does it very well. There's a reason why there's a reason why all these people are saying that.
I agree. Yeah. Marvel needs to be stronger in their resolution to reboot the universe. I mean, even the MCU might be using their Secret Wars movies to soft reboot the MCU, which is, I mean, definitely needed given how many how much they've written themselves into a shithole. They need to be able to definitively change things for an ever-changing world of readers and fans. Without a major overhaul of the way that the Marvel Comics world works and operates, the medium of comic books might unfortunately be overshadowed by adaptations like television and film. Fun fact, that's always been the case. That's not a new revolutionary take at all. TVs and film have more impact than comic books. Next thing you're going to tell me the fucking moon is, next you're going to tell me that the earth is flat, or we didn't land on the moon, or that the ocean isn't blue, or the sky isn't fucking blue either. What else you going to tell me next? Simplicity is the key to longevity. That's how I have sex with my wife. You simply do foreplay longer and you eat her out, and then she blows her load. Marvel needs to really start to explore the possibility of a full reboot. Yeah, how about no? So if they ever did that, they would basically just be telling you, hey, yeah, I know all those years you invested into our books. Yeah, fun fact, a lot of those are fucking useless. Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah.
It's too late now. If they ever wanted to do a reboot, they would have had to have done it at the very latest when DC had the New 52 starting. If we're being honest here. With the all new, all different Marvel.
Well, if they could have did it with the Secret Wars instead of it just being, you know, the soft reboot. I hate hearing that. Like, it wasn't a reboot. It just changed the dynamic of the Marvel universe. That's all it did. It wasn't. They didn't reboot anything. It's that's just what they need something. They need something that is going to interest readers, and that's the only thing I can personally think of. But you know, what do I know? I've only been reading comics for 35 years, 36.
Yeah, what do we know? We're just two white guys just talking crazy. But yeah, man, closing thoughts and opinions on Marvel Comics needing a reboot.
I just don't think they need a full reboot. They just need to put some good writers on good characters, and that's with having a large crossover event that includes everybody. That would also give writers a chance to try a different book. Because you could say, hey, this guy's going to write this section. And if he does well with that character, then oh, he did well with them. We should probably have him on that book. And you'd find your new creative teams.
Yeah, that's what all they have to do. It's just what DC learned with All In. Just get new creative teams. If a run for a character is going bad and the sales aren't there, literally just get new people. First of all, people say, but they have contracts. Contracts mostly favor the damn studio that writes them. They could easily get out of them if they really wanted to. We know it's happened for many, many professions as we've seen throughout life.
But I believe, like, when they do their contracts, I believe they're independent contractors to
it's like commission work
to the company.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can commission you. Like, that just because I don't know if it says like you are writing 12 issues of the mainline Spider-Man. It might be you are commissioned for 12 Spider-Man books. I don't know for a fact. I could be talking out of my ass,
which is what I usually talk out of.
Right. So so I believe I've heard that before. So I believe your invisible wife told me that one.
Oh, wow. Now he's roasting me. Crazy. But yeah, as you guys know from my closing thoughts and opinions on this, I think it's just too late for them to have a complete full reboot. It would be one of those things where you would probably hear mainstream media news talk about it to the point where you would have so many people give up on Marvel. What you need to do is what you said. Massive event where certain events of the past, not saying they didn't happen, but do it kind of like what Crisis did. You know, events happen, but this is the new way moving forward. Just do that. And why do Marvel and DC do this? You don't have to hamstring yourself to insanely bad writers and artists. You could get new people. Keep in mind, guys, these are the big two. People are literally lining at the door to work for them. They have no shortage of people, especially talented people, ready to work for them. I don't know why they ever subject themselves to bad people. That shouldn't be a thing at all, for being honest here. You know?
No. Yep. I agree. 100%. So, I agree with that. Yes.
What the heck? Like, who would not going to be like, go work for Marvel? Sounds good. Sign me up. Yeah. In New York, the problem with working for them is essentially like if you live in the area, that's where it becomes a problem. But they have access to a lot of people, guys. Dan Mora, come on.
Well, a lot of them, like some, they don't even live in the area anymore. With the internet and pages, and especially artists now. Like if you look at, I think we were talking about this like the other week with like Jason Fabok doing Rook Exodus. Like that dude, you look at that book is beautiful. You know what I mean? And you look at it, and he does it in his freaking like side room, in his house. So it's like there's ways to get around that stuff.
Yeah. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace.
Later, chat.
Good Lord. Man. just from okay, we'll be here for like another 5 minutes, and I have to go read the rest of this. So, because tonight we're doing Ultimate Spider-Man, Married with Children Volume 1 review with Professor Savage. Let me also confirm that.
You'll like that. You'll like it.
Jonathan Hickman. Oh, more setup. If I get more setup,
it's actually pretty quick. You'll like. I believe you will like it because you already went through the pain of reading Ultimate Invasion and the one-off. They're the one shot. So I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll definitely.
Bubba is going to. No, I don't. She thinks I'm married to a guy named Bubba. Who names himself Bubba? Second of all, I'm straight. I had sex with a girl last night, and I threw her out after I was done.
I believe you.
Lies.
Okay. I don't believe you. You are a liar.
Hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
Wow. I would never lie.
But I think you'll dig. I think you'll dig the book. No, I don't think you like it as much as like the Jeremy Adams Green Lantern.
There's no way. It's probably the best thing we've read in a while. That shit was so good.
Yeah, I think I told you I read the second part of it. Yeah,
good. Still holds up very well to you.
It even actually better? Gets a lot. It gets a lot better. Yes,
that's saying a lot. That's saying actually a lot.
No, I think you'll like it a lot because where they go with it, like I won't ruin anything for you, but where they go with it, what left off, and something that they did in one issue, we did talk about it.
Yes,
but it becomes a major playing point, and you're not even thinking about it.
Okay,
and you'll be like, "Holy shit, that's awesome!" Yeah. So
just to let you guys know. The next books we're going to review together are, you have the DC Absolute Power.
Yeah.
Absolute Power book. Absolute Power of my butthole exploding. God, you guys just don't get my joke or my humor.
You're not really helping the whole Bubba argument when you just said that, because Bubba would be someone who could explode an asshole.
That's true. That's true. My name is secretly Tyrone, and I know how to get inside of women.
Oh, okay. But
yeah,
so
all jokes aside, the next book we're going to review together is DC's Absolute Power hardcover that is coming out. I literally dropped tomorrow.
Today. I thought today. It's being delivered to my house today.
Yeah. So tomorrow.
So unless it drops tomorrow in the actual stores, because I did order it. So
I hate you. Why do you do this to me? Why can't you just give me money and be my dad? Fucking hell, man.
I mean, I could start a GoFundMe for you.
Good Lord. So, all jokes aside, we are reviewing Absolute Power. The hardcover trade drops obviously on Wednesday this week as we're doing the show, and we'll review that on Friday. That's the only thing. There's no topics because it's after that show. I have to watch a movie because me and Sci-Fax are going to review that movie on Saturday. So I have to do that, and then Tuesday coming up next week, we're gonna review the DC All In #1 special, and then on Friday, I don't know if you have this. Do you have this?
Yes, I do.
We're gonna review this on Friday, so next Friday. So yeah. So and after that, you know what's crazy? After we get to the DC stuff, we have the entire Absolute line to go through. We have Absolute line, and we also do Ultimate X-Men. Oh shit! And then we also have the Ultimates. The Ultimates literally is dropping the same week as Absolute Power, so I'll be getting Absolute Power, and I'll also get the Ultimates. Later on.
So what's kind of cool is the Absolute Power is the fallout from Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths when they went to All In. Like at the end of the last issue of Dark Crisis, they showed Amanda Waller talking to this like panel of people that we didn't know was a bunch of brainiacs, like the Council of Brainiacs.
The Council.
Right, exactly.
Why is everything a council these days? Council of Wells, Council of Brainiacs, Council of fucking superheroes. God damn it.
That's what I called them because you found out it was the Brainiacs, so like House of Brainiac and stuff. So my wife, no, it's fine. My wife is actually bringing me this, so my package did come. So let's see.
No! How does it look on stream? See, we'll do it. Live unboxing of Absolute Power hardcover. Oh, it looks so good. What's the
Absolute
back?
Power.
Oh, it looks so good. I can't wait to grab it tomorrow. See, after I get off work, my friend is taking me to Barnes & Noble's. Hopefully it will be there. And if not, I'll just go to a local shop and get it because I have to get it for this week's Resto review.
I have the single issues, but I bought this specifically for you, buddy.
To be fair, that would be a lot better to read.
It is.
It's also a lot easier to find, too.
It probably is, yes. Like, I was buying that, like, I think I told you that. I was buying it as it came out.
Yeah, me too. I bought the Ground Zero tie-in book, too.
The tie-ins were just, they were rough. Here, let's see what it looks like outside the jacket if they did it. Oh, they did. They did. Oh, yeah.
No! Not just. No! Don't do this to me.
The jacket is, you know, like that. But this is beautiful, actually. Check that out.
Ooh, that looks great. Dan Moore's art is so good.
Yeah, dude. So there you go.
So I'll have my daddy James pay for that book tomorrow for me.
So this was the fallout, like I said, of Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then this is what led into All In.
I love it. You find out about the Vegas thing? They haven't set a date yet. I'm waiting on F&T to announce a date for the whole Vegas thing. Last time they did it in March. So
you're gonna go hang out with the old Friday Night Tights people.
We did it last year. It was great. I met a lot of hot ladies that were always trying to sleep with me. Met a lot of hot dudes. Didn't try to sleep with them because I'm not gay.
I bet you did. that whole crew seems like they would get a lot of hot chicks.
See, I'm not gonna be weird like I was last year. Like last year, I felt like I hadn't been around a lot of people before, so I was kind of weird. So I'm gonna be a lot more professional. I'm gonna wear a lot more better clothes, not like jank shit. I'm gonna be a professional, guys. I'm learning.
It seems like it would be fun though. Like, you know,
it is. Yeah,
I'm sure it would be fun.
Just let Gary into your heart, man. Let the white daddy into.
I mean, I've been watching that dude for a while. There's a couple of those guys that don't like me too much. So.
What did you do? I'm not doing. Fine. Everyone has I don't care.
I put it this way.
But you did fantasize about Chrissy Mayer like I did, didn't you?
Me? Fuck no. Fuck no, dude.
Why are you so mean? What happened to you? Who made you this way?
Yeah, dude. I tell the truth as I see it. It doesn't. I think what happened was that I found out very early. Like I told you some of my story, dude. Like I lived on the streets when I was 15 years old. I saw a lot of things. I learned how people are. You kind of get jaded to some things, right? And whenever I feel like something is a production or something is not, genuine and it's manufactured, I kind of lose a little bit of interest in it, right? And I think that's like why I like some of those guys, right? But whenever they were first starting out and they were doing their stuff, I used to comment all the time. And there was some things that I said apparently that rubbed them the wrong way. Not all of them. They seem like like I said, they seem like nice people. Like I would go, I would have fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Keep in mind, that's just going to happen with people sometimes. You're not always going to agree on everything. And keep in mind, it's also on the internet and
100%.
Something gets missed. Like, sorry.
You can't, it's too hard to basically, put emotion behind text because whoever is reading it, that's the type of emotion that you're getting from it. Hey, look, it's the better host.
Why does this happen on every show? Some guy was blowing his horn. Randomly. Like it sounded like one of those clown horns. Like they blow at the circus. Why does this happen?
Right. Like, so I'm listening to Joe Johnson with when he says they called him Patrick Mahomes, but they talked to me about politics all night. That's where recently has been putting me off of their stuff, right? Because it's like, why don't you do a different show and tell me what you like? You know, wouldn't that be awesome to see like a group of people saying, "Hey, I actually like this," instead of telling me
Gary recently he put out a video saying how much he liked the live action One Piece series?
I'm talking about them as a group.
Oh,
you're
right.
As a group.
I see what you're saying.
Individually, I like I said, I have zero problem with people, like in general, right? Because I accept people for who they are. If you got weird ass beliefs, right? And
hi,
that's
hi,
fine.
Derpy. I don't know if you're new here. If you're new for the first time, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. The Fantastic Four trailer was just okay. I think we can all agree that Superman was a better trailer. Yeah, I agree.
But I think like when you talk about one specific side of something for so long, right? And that's all you're saying, it becomes less of this like war against the culture. Like, dude, here's the difference. I walk outside of my fucking house every day, and guess what? Nothing fucking happens.
How really? You go outside and you touch the damn grass? How dare you?
Yes, and absolutely nothing happens. I live by my own. I don't want to say, "Ooh, I'm a rebel. I live by my own rules." But dude, I fucking do whatever the fuck I want to, and nothing happens.
Yeah,
nothing. I'm just not an idiot that goes like, in front of the police station and does these things, or that, you know what I'm saying? Like, or gets drunk and decides to go drive. Like a lot of the problems that people create for themselves are very easily avoidable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the political stuff that they talk about is hard because everybody has their own feeling on politics, right?
Yeah,
everybody does. So when you start getting into race and you start getting into those things, it's hard for me to take someone seriously that is not of that race speaking about said race, right? Because we all have our feelings, but you also have people that are only going to say bad things because they feel slighted. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
So I just want to ask you: Do you think a white person can't have an opinion on a black experience if they're not black?
No,
okay.
100% not.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you can totally have that, just as anybody can have that experience.
I ate a taco once, and I'm Mexican.
But what I'm saying is, it would make, like, my best friend, right, is black. His name is Wayne. Okay. Look,
your best friend is black. How dare you? How dare you?
And like growing up, I met him when I was young. So like growing up, and I got kind of like adopted into his family. And so like learning that side of life was very different to my own. Right. And hearing those type of things, like, look, here's my Nana holding my firstborn. See?
Oh, that's cute.
So like hearing that side of things opened my eyes, but she said something to me. She said, I was like, when you're that old, you probably went through some real shit. You know what I mean? Not like the feelings era of today. Yeah. And I said, how can you not be so mad at like the world? She looked me dead in the eye. She said, Steven, if I held a grudge like that, I couldn't look you in the eye and tell you that I love you. And I went, okay, you win.
That's why I've always said for people like that, and I think she sounds like a great person. That's what I always try to say to black people in general. Do not let people tell you you're a victim and professionally make you out to be a victim. Some people don't see the world, I'm not saying through race, but they don't believe in all that bullshit that people talk about, where it's like they want to put you down because you're black, and also all that stuff to me, dude, is nonsense. There's nothing you can't do that I can as a black person, and vice versa. And we know that because look at how our lives went. I ended up making great. It all, for me, what it comes down to, not politics wise, this is a life thing for you guys to learn. You make good decisions. That's how your life improves. Has nothing to do with race and nothing to do with anything else. If you make good decisions and good choices and you befriend good people, I truly believe this, you will have a good life. It all comes down to choices. If you make bad choices, you're gonna reap the benefits of those bad choices. Vice versa with good ones.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Are you saying I can fuck around and find out with my wife?
Dude, she doesn't exist. You've admitted this.
Damn it!
How did you get divorced by someone who doesn't exist?
Subway just released a foot-long Oreo cookie.
I bet you that doesn't taste like your foot-long Oreo cookie.
What are you doing, Subway? What are you doing, man? Holy shit. Would you guys eat this? That looks just wrong. How's the
So-
filling in that? If you put your mouth on this,
Look at the fucking LeBron James picture. Oh, that's fantastic.
RFK is about to say, hell no. What? Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. We're going to wrap it up here in about 2 minutes because I have to get to reading Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, man.
but yeah,
So
that
I'm
looks
sure
great.
you'll
Oh,
have
I
this
can't
fun.
wait to get
Yeah.
it tomorrow. I can't wait to get it. Oh, so just so you guys know, one more time before we head out of here, we're going to be reviewing Absolute Power, the hardcover, on Friday. And after that, next Tuesday, we're going to review the DC All-In #1 special. And then after that, we're going to review the Ultimate Black Panther first trade paperback. And I will be doing a comic book vlog of, after getting off of work and James coming over and us going to the shop to get it. It's going to be a great adventure. So expect a lot of content coming out on the comic book channel as well, and more consistent content on my main YouTube channel as well. I'm going to try and get that third channel off the ground. I'm working on some stuff, Yep. So, yeah, anything you want to plug before we head out?
I will have videos this week. I'm editing them as starting tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
So I might do a couple of live streams. I'm not sure. I haven't. It's been like with all this work stuff, it's been crazy for me, man. I haven't been doing nearly as much as I wanted to. And but yeah, I'm gonna be getting back into some videos. And I have a couple weeks coming up on Thursday. I'll be off for 2 weeks.
Where literally he's going to essentially just do nothing but read books and just play video games. That's the guy life right there.
Listen, I've been playing so many video games at night.
He means Dragon Age the Veilguard.
No, I don't play that. I'm just being honest.
No one else did either.
I just bought the remaster of Ninja Gaiden Black. Or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black or Black 2 or whatever it's called, which is fun.
That looks great, honestly.
It's fun. Still has the weird camera angle issues, but it looks great. And it's a lot of fun. I played a lot of... I bought the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster.
Oh, hell yeah.
I loved that series, that and Forbidden West. And my favorite game series of all time is Dragon Quest. Like the old, Dragon, and the HD 2D remake of 3 was a lot of fun.
Oh gosh,
so I played that. But I play a lot of video games. I play a lot of VR.
I have video game. If people say like I only play League, that's not true. I could literally pull up my Steam library right now of every game that I've bought or that my friend has gifted me. He just has to put in my new computer. He has to really come in my house and put it in me, and then everything will work out great. Failguard is gonna turn me into an alcoholic. This lady is over dramatic. Oh my god! But she's probably already an alcoholic anyway. Let's just be honest here. Most white ladies, aren't they like depressed or something? They have like a mental illness. What? All right. So, as you guys know, for me, I have a lot of content I am doing this week. As you guys know, I am all booked. I am booked out this week, and I'm pretty much gonna be booked out for next week as well, as far as like content. So essentially, me and James are also working on doing something that you guys like that we did previously. We're just gonna be working on getting that done for you guys. At the very latest, we might not be able to start it until March, because what happened with me before with other things. It's like I overwhelmed myself and kind of got slightly burnt out, but not fully burnt out. It just became overwhelming. I just want to pace myself through everything, one thing at a time, and then we get to it, But don't worry.
I think we should definitely do a show where we talk with the chat, because I like doing that. That's
like
honestly that's one of the reasons why I started my channel. Like I wanted to be able to like just talk to. I wanted like 500 subscribers. I didn't care. Like I just wanted to be able to talk to people and have fun. To be honest, I love doing that shit. I just like hearing other points of view other than my own, because I think
I love hearing my own point of view. It reinforces how smart I am.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. People think they're smart.
Oh, fucking hell. I will say this. If you know how stupid people are politically wise with the things that they think, that's when you can tell someone's really stupid. But if you're talking like just movies and shit, I wouldn't call someone a blatant retard for not liking a movie. That's just kind of stupid. You know, unless if you like Joker 2, I think your opinion's trash, honestly. But that's just me personally. I'm joking. Before we leave, it was nice to see Gamer Chick back. She's been gone forever. We usually have hot sex and she leaves and she doesn't talk to me, and she just like my dad. She barely appears in my life, you know?
Well, he birthed a rough child.
So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. We're going to be back on Friday, and we have to kind of do it earlier because I have to watch that movie later on. So we're going to do our generally. Okay, I'm off at 4. I'll be home at like 5. So if we can start around 6:30 or 7, that'd be great, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we can do that.
But
whatever time, whatever.
Yeah.
Just tell me when, because you know Friday I can do whenever. So just tell me when, and I'll be ready.
This is also fake news and not true. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. We'll see you guys later.